edition. You had questions. We tried to get answers from Matt LaFleur edition. I'll give you a little behind-the-scenes glimpse of the prep for the Barry Alvarez show edition, because whether he's posting photos of Mike McCarthy in a suite,
Jesse Viral, they call him. JV.
Athletic director of the University of Wisconsin, or setting Barry Alvarez up to tell you you're a bunch of spoiled fans. Jesse Nelson, Mr. Social Media, viral
JV. Johnny
phenomena.
Viral. Johnny Montage, Jesse Viral.
Got to go 3 days in a row today. What are we going to say today on the show, fellas?
I think I've already had my fill edition of Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee, 100.5 ESPN Madison, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam, ESPNWisconsin.com, the ESPN app, your Alexa smart speaker, streaming live video, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and, of course, everything you could possibly need on the all-new, all-redesigned, all-free, all-customizable, so you can drag Wilde and Tausch to that number one position where it belongs. It's the ESPN Wisconsin app, which you can find both on the Android and Apple app stores. I'm Chase Wilde in Green Bay. Jesse Nelson, Jesse Viral, is in the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison
You love
studios.
being viral, don't you?
He does.
Do you love it?
Yeah, I do.
You love it, don't you?
Yes. Let me answer that. He asked before we started the show what we're going to do to go viral today.
JV?
Then he asked it on the air.
Yeah, he's a viral guy.
And also in the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studios, not as viral, but is still a Packers Hall of Famer. He is Mark Tauscher. Tausch, good morning. How are you?
I'm good. I did see Jesse had a big night, and I'm sure we'll get into that. But I came away really impressed with Matt LaFleur yesterday.
I thought so, too.
No, I know. Listen, man, I gave him a lot of grief because he deserved it for Sunday. And I don't want things to get misconstrued. And I know they do with social media sound bites and the virality of Jesse and everything else.
Telling me.
But you're going to have days where things don't go your way. And Sunday was that day. I am not, and I've been very clear, I'm not remotely worried about this team at all. Mm-hmm. I do think I'd like to see some learning and some growth, and this is still a young team. But I thought Matt LaFleur handled yesterday, for everybody that was kind of, the Jeff Hafley and all that. No. Matt LaFleur is a very good offensive coach. I think he's gotten a lot more comfortable. I really, after listening to his clips and a lot of his press conference yesterday, came away, I'm glad he's my coach, or I'm glad he's the coach of the team I like.
Wow.
Like I did. The way he handled the Shido, I wish you would have done it earlier, but it's – and Jesse, I don't know if you found that clip because it was so perfect for me because it covers everything. The Devin McCourty clip on Get Up. We'll play it later. I know you don't have it.
We're going to do that later.
Busy viraling and everything else. But
not as popular as my clip.
Did I not? Am I crazy to feel that way? Because I thought he handled yesterday's presser really well. How did you feel?
Me?
Yeah. No, I don't know. No. That was all right.
Is that another one of Eleanor's shirts that she wanted you to put in the rotation?
This is another new shirt? Yeah. What do you think?
I like it.
Thanks. Is it IPT? Because yesterday I was, Molly was there. Molly does a fantastic job.
Molly Brown of Jim, Matt,
and Molly. But she does,
she's great.
She does a lot. Jesse produces this. I don't know what Jesse all does. Jesse does a lot. Don't get all pouty. Molly does a ton. She's running stuff. She does a show. And I was kind of talking to her yesterday about, because the shirt yesterday got a lot of, looks. Got some whimsical, like, what the blank are you doing?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I explained it to her, and then I said, I got all these, triple X shirts that I am going to, go to Goodwill or, do whatever. And there's a certain producer here that's a larger fella, I didn't think triple X, but I just dumped a bunch of shirts on his desk. So we'll see. Is that I mean, I think he can throw them out. He can do whatever he wants with them.
Sure. Yeah.
Right?
Sell them on Poshmark.
So I'm putting it on Molly because I wasn't going to do that. That was not in my thing. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to grab 4 or 5 shirts. Maybe he likes a couple of them. A couple of them are new. A couple of them are gently used. Because, like I said, I wore the same clothes pretty religiously. And here we go. So we're good with that?
I'm good with it. Great that you're paying it forward.
I put it on Jesse's desk, but I think Jesse was insulted.
You didn't put it on Jesse's
Well, I have the
desk.
wrong desk. I didn't do it on purpose.
Oh, okay.
All right.
I appreciated the offer. It just would be a little big for me, is all.
Fair.
Wait, you seriously thought it was Jesse's?
Well, no.
I think I know who you're trying to give them to.
It started yesterday with him asking me, "Do you want these?" And I said, "No, I don't
really.
fit those."
I know you didn't fit.
Do you want this projection screen TV that I'm trying to get out of my house?
I also have,
or maybe these thousands of hats.
I also have 100
no
hats
longer
in a
want.
big trash bag that I'm just going to leave in the office for 2 years and see what happens.
Well, that was a great idea on the surface.
Well, we will get into Matt LaFleur because Chris Larson, producer extraordinaire, stepped up and cut all of the questions and answers that I had with the head coach. Some that I thought he answered very well. Some, I don't want to say he punted on them, but I thought I was really impressed with him as well.
Yeah.
I thought he had a really good day yesterday, and I did, eventually find myself after the 2 questions horn, and him giving Jason Wallers a look for me going over. But I did think, in fairness to Shido, I don't think Wednesday when he was at his locker, he went there with the intention of proclaiming that this team could go undefeated. And as I said to Matt, as you'll hear, I think, as someone who talks a lot and sometimes can't find the off-ramp and is a little bit lengthy in his questions, I think Shido just got rolling and didn't necessarily think about what he was saying. And Matt LaFleur acknowledged that he understood that. So we'll get into that. But Tausch liked a lot of the things he heard from the Packers head coach. We'll get into that. But Jesse Viral, I'm not sure that I feel the same way about this as Jesse does. But as you know, Jesse hosts as the 4th person on the marquee, although there were only 3 of you there yesterday, the Barry Alvarez show from Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton.
What'd you have last night?
Steak sandwich.
Oh, that's good, isn't it?
Might be the best in the.
They got the best
in
happy.
the state.
I'm telling you right now, their happy hour's dynamite.
That's so good.
Lot of days spent over there from a hockey standpoint, and their shrimp and their tuna, like it is dynamite. Okay, continue.
They did their program last night. Derek Engler, Barry Alvarez, Jesse Nelson, and Jesse. I don't think I'm spilling too much tea here, but would it be fair to say that you were struggling to figure out how to approach the program given some of the circumstances that Badger football finds itself under currently?
Because you're being rational, or what were you struggling with?
Struggling, I think, is a strong word. I wouldn't say I was struggling. I think
How many people did you call for advice on how to handle it?
a handful.
Okay.
It wasn't just me.
No, I
think there's probably a few.
I have a good Rolodex of a circle of advisors that I trust, and you're
If
one
you
of them.
inquire to multiple people for help for a program that you are the host of, would you
How many
not
other
say
times have you inquired of
Yes,
those?
thank
Is
you.
this your
Great
first
question.
time? I think it is.
This is the
Not
first
struggling,
time.
though.
okay.
In
Yeah, but
fairness,
you weren't struggling.
In
yeah.
fairness, this was the 5th or 6th episode of the Barry Alvarez show I've ever hosted, so it's not like I've done this for a very long time.
You've done a lot of other shows,
Yeah.
though, where you've had to talk to people.
I don't
What
think
were you worried about? Like you didn't want to ruffle feathers?
I feather ruffler.
I think there were a lot of people interested in what the head coach had to say locally and nationally yesterday, given what happened on Saturday.
I would agree.
I would say you are probably one of them, old T.
I was what?
Interested in hearing what the head coach had
Yeah,
to
I'm
say.
always interested with what Barry Alvarez has to say.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
So I think there were a lot of eyes and ears on yesterday's show, and I wanted to make sure that we covered it the right way we needed to. So that involved reaching out to a number of different people to see what they would advise on approaching the show yesterday. And I
can't wait to hear what they advised and how you approached it, because you got another viral moment. You're Johnny Viral.
I think we had a show that covered a lot of ground last night. There was a lot of good stuff from the coach. None more viral than what he said about the fans.
Well, let's play that, shall we? How did this come about, and how did you feel about the attention that it then garnered?
Well, we knew we were going to talk about it. I mean, when the student section is chanting, fire the head coach, whether that's the current head coach or anyone else going back to Barry's days, that doesn't happen here ever. I don't remember it ever happening. The closest thing was the fire guard notes that one of the dorms put up. I think that was during COVID. So this is kind of unprecedented to have the fan reaction be what it was. So we had to ask the coach what he thought of the fan reaction. And here is what he said.
Coach, what do you make of how fans have reacted here
I think it's embarrassing. I think it's terrible, despicable. They're spoiled rotten. Here's a team that you got young players trying to come on. They're competing. They're going to have a chance to get better, and you flip on them. They're early in the season, and you flip on them, and you're chanting for the coach. What do you think that makes? How do you think that makes the players feel?
Exactly.
And
that's a great point, Coach.
That's disrespectful. It's not loyal. You're not a fan. If I'm a person sitting next to me, boom, I tell him, get your ass out of here. We don't need you in here. You don't want to watch this? Go someplace else. Go boo in a bar. That really upsets me.
I got to go boo in a bar.
Go boo in a bar.
That's fun.
Exactly. I would say, while Barry Alvarez says a lot of things I agree with, get your ass out of here. Given where the season ticket situation is, I don't know if we can be telling anyone to get their ass out of there. Now, that said, despicable felt a little bit strong. But my question for you, Tausch, is that, and because Derek, you can hear Derek say, that's a great point, Coach. I don't think the fans have an issue with the players. I think the fans have an issue with the coach. They weren't. I know they were booing, and I've never found booing to be productive. But at the same time, everyone, including Barry Alvarez himself, has higher expectations for what they want from this football program. And my point would be that if you're booing a team that is 11-2 and struggles offensively in the first half, and you boo them off the field, I can see that as being spoiled. The way things have gone and the way that team is playing, I thought this was a pretty harsh rebuke of the fans, but I also think that being the icon that he is, kind of what he needed to say. What did you make of it?
I think, as I said to Vinny and Eric this morning on WTMJ, this is all about perspective. And obviously, Barry Alvarez is always going to look at things through a coach's and athletic director's prism, because that's how he's lived. From a fan standpoint, he is always, I don't know if he's ever been a fan per se. He has been an administrator or a coach, and that is different. You think fans are invested because they buy tickets and watch and listen. They are, but it's 100x the sweat, blood, time, tears away from your family. I understand why Barry is upset about it, but I'm not looking at it through his perspective. He can, and he has every right to say what he wants. I disagree a lot with what he said. I disagree a lot with what he said about fans. You need to have fans. And fans can voice their displeasure. Now, if you want to start getting into firing people, that's a different story than booing. Totally on board with that. But Barry is going to be protective. He is going to see it from a different lens because he's lived it. From a player standpoint and as an alumni, all of us are frustrated. And by the way, everybody is frustrated. The current staff, the current administration, nobody expected us to be in this position 3 years ago. We just didn't. So everybody is incredibly frustrated, and now it's about, what are you going to do? Now, all of this other stuff, yelling at fans and saying whatever things Barry all said, Barry can say what he wants. You don't have to agree with him. I don't think many fans are going to agree with what he said. I would bet a lot of coaches would agree. But coaches are coaches. Fans are going to feel their feelings. And right now, fans are incredibly frustrated. And I would rather them be in the stadium and booing than not being in the stadium. So the boo in a bar bit, I'm out on that. I don't want you booing in a bar.
Still a good line, though.
It's a great line. And I love, you can tell his passion. You'll love that. And that's why he's an icon in what he's done. But all of this other stuff, like, things just got to get corrected. And this program needs to. And I think there's a lot of doubt amongst the fans right now about where that is. You can't just say, you can't write everything off. That's the part I think Barry is talking about. You're 4 games in, and is this helpful to players and coaches? No, it's not. But what do you want people to do? Right. What do you want fans to do? That's, I guess, the question. And Barry wants, I don't know exactly where Coach is on that. But I do know he's obviously incredibly protective of the coaching profession and of the administration because he's lived it, he's seen it, and he understands it. Most of us don't.
And I was going to say the same thing that our buddy Josh DiMaggio texted to our group while you were talking there, and that is the alternative is apathy. And unfortunately, I'm old enough to remember Wisconsin football before Barry Alvarez arrived. His first year was my freshman year at Wisconsin. And I don't know.
That was your earring era, right? Is that when you had the earring?
No, I think it was another year before I got that. I did not have that as a freshman. That's a great picture. I love that picture. Look at how thin and handsome I am.
Got to keep Chad Clifton at all costs.
Yeah, you do. You definitely do. But I would say this. If you look back in history, the problem that they had gotten to when Barry Alvarez came in was that no one cared anymore. Like the Don Morton era had sunk them so low that it was apathy.
Apathetic.
And so at least they care enough to boo. And I think that's what Chris McIntosh said to Colton Bartholomew and Mark Stewart.
That's exactly what he said. And I guess the point is, it's like when you hear a coach say, the moment I stop pushing and coaching you hard, that's when you should be concerned. I would make an argument you're in the same boat when it comes to fandom.
We'll talk more about this, and we'll hear some of the other things Barry Alvarez had to say before we get to Evan Cohen, Wisconsin alumnus.
Go boo in a bar.
Sportsmanlike. Who gives a blank what Ben Brust is feeling?
Go boo in a bar.
But one person we would never boo is Gina Della of Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Indeed, and when a customer chooses Pella, one of the most important things to them is honoring that trust and commitment. A lot of customers, they might have apprehensions about inviting someone out to their home, but when you see the experience and professionalism, you can trust them with bringing your project to life. Their vision is to be the company that people want to do business with. Order by the end of the month. You get 0 interest for up to 5 years. Visit PellaWI.com today. Certain restrictions do apply.
More from Barry Alvarez, and then eventually we will get to Matt LaFleur, who impressed Mark Tauscher yesterday. That's all still ahead. It's Wilde Tausch.
Wilde Tausch is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio. Buckle up, Milwaukee. The journey starts now.
Around third is Durbin. Here comes the throw home. Durbin slides in there safely. The Brewers walk it off in 10.
The Crew have punched their ticket.
And the Brewers, clinching the playoffs earlier today, put an exclamation mark on it here tonight.
Brewers playoff coverage on 94.5 ESPN is presented by Neurospine Center of Wisconsin. Stay up to date on all your Brewers talk right here.
WTMJ's John Mercure here. The Captain Mason Pier Outreach Project is here for you. Part of the mission is promoting the Live Today, Put It Away initiative, encouraging all veterans to practice safe firearm storage, use gun safes, lockboxes, and always store ammunition separately. Remember, your life is invaluable. Reach out, talk to someone, and let's promote safety in our veteran community. Together, we can make our community stronger and safer for everyone. 414-955-8910 or veteranpeeroutreach.org. Supported by the Sergeant Fox Grant and Veterans Outreach of Wisconsin.
Hi, I'm Brittany Miller from Big Frog Custom T-Shirts and more. Custom T-shirts, sweatshirts, jackets, hats, you name it, we can do it. Big Frog Custom T-Shirts and more is family owned and all about celebrating life's big moments. Maybe it's a milestone birthday, a celebration for your child's first goal, or that work fundraising event. We are everyone's printer. No minimum orders, affordable designs, and help straight from me and our team. We're the one-stop shop for all your custom needs. Start your project today at bigfrog.com/Mequon.
It's ESPN Milwaukee's Brad Nortman here with some exciting news from my friends at Bank 5-9. Not only have they been named a top workplace for 16 straight years, but they've just won the prestigious Community Choice Award as the best bank in the Milwaukee area. Honestly, I'm not surprised. Not only do they have great products and services, but they truly live out their mission to make lives better. If you're looking for a true local community bank, check out the best. Visit bank59.com to learn more today. Member FDIC.
I've been to my fair share of green and gold games, and the best way to get there is with Accutrans Group. At Good Karma Brands and ESPN Milwaukee, we use Accutrans Group to get our partners to and from Green Bay, and it's always first class. From stadiums to concerts and tailgates, your game day fun starts the moment you step on board. Sit back, relax, and let their professional chauffeurs handle the traffic while you enjoy the ride. Accutrans Group is Milwaukee's premier ground transportation, available 24/7 with sedans, SUVs, limos, vans, and buses. Book today at AccuTransGroup.com.
Is back pain slowing you down? When it comes to spine care, you need specialized expertise. At the OAW Spine Center, their orthopedic care specialists provide the highest level of care for everything from herniated discs to spinal fusion. They start with the most conservative, non-surgical treatments like physical therapy and injections. If surgery is needed, minimally invasive procedures at the OAW Spine Center will get you back on your feet faster. With a focus on treating the source of the problem, they take a comprehensive, active approach to spine health, getting you back to the life you love. The OAW Spine Center. There is a difference. Visit OAWSpineCenter.com. That's OAWSpineCenter.com. In football, what does every great team start with?
A strong defense. Same's true in business.
Defense against what?
Cyber threats. That's why companies use Trend Micro.
What do they actually protect?
Your network, your data, your people, from ransomware, phishing, and more.
So it's not just antivirus?
Not at all. Trend Micro has a full defensive playbook trusted worldwide for over 35 years.
Sounds like the kind of defense every business needs.
Exactly. Don't get blindsided. Go to trendmicro.com and see how enterprise security is done right.
You're listening to Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
All right. Yeah.
All right, before we get to Evan Cohen and before we get to more of the Jesse Nelson show with Barry Alvarez, what has been the reaction that you have seen to this clip, Jesse, since you've been monitoring all the attention that you have garnered yourself personally by your own
Did you put
hand?
this on your account so you keep building that follower account, or did you go? Yes?
Would have been a good idea.
You should have. What are you doing?
Yeah,
no. What he always does, he posts stuff and then he retweets it by himself from the Wilde Tausch account that he likes.
I've got a little empire created. That's really just me manipulating the. I'm pulling the strings from the puppet
chamber,
master.
One or the other.
Why don't you get us back on Spotify?
There you go.
I'll work on that. Barry Alvarez show's on Spotify. You can check it out.
Every show's on Spotify.
The reaction has been exactly what you would think the reaction was. Barry,
Total agreement. What did you think in real time? Did you know it was going to be viral?
You can tell when Coach is really fired up about something, and anytime Barry Alvarez gets fired up about something, you know it's got a chance to garner a lot of attention.
Sure. Yep.
So that was by far the strongest thing he said last night. And when he said that, that's not what I expected him to say. I expected him to take more of the Luke Fickell, Chris McIntosh approach, like you guys said, where booing is a sign of fans that care.
I think it's the fire Fickell is what really bothered him.
Yeah,
because he's a coach, and I think and to Derek's point, does that help motivate the team? Well, let me tell you something. Fans don't care. Fans care about what they see. You don't know all the work and all that. Like you understand there's a lot that goes into it, but fans don't care. Fans want to see you come out and throttle a Maryland team that everybody thought you'd throttle. And when that doesn't happen, there's going to be frustration. And so I understand where Barry is coming from on it. I do. But I don't think getting back after the fans is ever a smart idea. I just don't.
Jesse, what else did Barry say that didn't go viral yet that you'd like to cause to go viral so you can get more followers?
That'd be good. So 2 other interesting things that we heard here. So first, I asked him about optimism and how to garner that back for the program after what feels like we're pretty down in the dumps.
I bet I know what he's going to say.
What do you think?
1 3-letter answer.
Let's find out.
3 years ago was universally celebrated in Madison, across the state, really across the country. What can happen the rest of this season to recapture that optimism?
There's only one thing
Win.
that'll recapture it.
Win.
It's pretty simple.
Win.
Winning
There's
football
your answer
games.
right there.
Winning football games.
You're going to win.
So what's the blueprint? How do we do that?
It's not rocket science.
Great question, Jesse.
It's not rocket science. You got to do all the right things. You have to have something that you hang your hat on first. And
absolutely,
if we ran the ball well, I don't know if we do. I don't see us, really going after it and staying with it. So to say, let's just hammer it in there. I don't know if we can do that because we never try. But my whole thing was hang your hat on something. I always, you heard me say it a million times. We got the big palookas. We should always have a good offensive line, and we're going to knock the hell out of people up front. Give me a couple backs that can run it hard. We can hang on to the ball. We can shorten the game. We always playing a team that's 2 touchdowns better than us. We're going to keep it close and take it into the fourth quarter, and we're going to win our share of those. And did it.
What were the 3 words? Win football games. That was what you said. He didn't say that.
No, win. I said 1 3-letter word. Win.
Win. Oh, 3-letter word.
3-letter word.
W-I-N.
W-I-N. Win.
Jesse,
I learned asking follow-ups from the best of them.
You did. Yeah, it was a good follow-up.
Who's the follow-up guy?
Old T on the pregame show with Fickell on the sidelines.
Yeah. I don't know if they have anything to hang their hat on.
I'm not even sure. What do I ask Fick next week?
Oh, interesting.
You know what, Jesse? I'm going to get. Can you send me that list of your mentors?
I'll give you my top 5.
Ask 15 people what's the way to go.
Don't ask Wilde. He'll tell everyone.
Oh, you wanted that to be confidential with Jason? Are you new here? That's not how old boy works.
We need to get to Evan Cohen. We'll hear more from Barry Alvarez as the show goes on. Plus, we'll hear from Matt LaFleur. But next, we have to hear from Evan Cohen of Unsportsmanlike. Before that, though, we have to hear about Tausch and his love of Coors Light.
Oh, indeed. I would have been probably listening to Coach Alvarez's show last night down at Ruth Chris. Coors Light would have been fantastic. And whether you're tailgating pregame, enjoying your experience during the game, or celebrating a big win after the game, or you just need a moment to chill, crack open a Rocky Mountain Cold Coors Light, brewed with that 3-step cold process. Cold lager, cold filtered, and it's cold packaged, so it is made to chill. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Evan Cohen joins us next. It's Wilde Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Kevin Moret here from Mentality. Life's a relentless competition, and you might be losing without even knowing it. With testosterone levels plummeting 25% in just 2 decades, you're likely operating at a fraction of your potential. Your kids sense it when you're too exhausted for playtime. Your wife notices when that spark fades. Here's the harsh truth. Without addressing low T, nothing works. Diets fail, workouts fall flat, but there's hope. Mentality's FDA-approved treatment restores testosterone by an average of 30%. Don't let low T rob you of life's precious moments. Start at mentalityhealth.com/radio.
Outfit your crew. Your workforce is your brand. From uniforms to safety apparel, Alpha Custom Apparel helps you outfit your team with gear that looks sharp and works hard. We create durable, functional apparel that keeps your crew comfortable and confident on the job. No more digging through endless catalogs. We handle the details so you can focus on running your business. With fast turnaround, custom options, and friendly Midwest service, we make it easy to keep your team looking their best. Visit alphacustomapparel.com. Let's get to work.
The power of friendship has spawned a memorable baseball season in Milwaukee. When you choose to work with Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, the relationship is more than what feels like having a friend. Pella honors trust and commitment on your behalf, before, during, and after the sale. And with this month's incredible deal, Gina Della from Pella is here to share why you shouldn't wait to order new windows and doors.
Order today and get 0% interest for up to 60 months. Set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. Ends 9/30/2025.
Football's back, and if you're headed up toward Green Bay, the perfect stop is Higher Love Cannabis Company, just seconds over the border in Menominee, Michigan. Less than an hour from Green Bay. An easy stop before or after the game or anytime you're passing through town. And with so many low-quality, unregulated CBD products floating around Wisconsin, trust matters. Higher Love, award-winning, organically grown, locally owned, and the real deal. Higher Love Cannabis Company, best in the Midwest. Visit findhigherlove.com/CBD.
Back to school means back to savings with Exterior Pros and Baths. Right now, get $3,000 off your roofing, siding, windows, or bath project during their fall savings event. Don't wait. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com to claim your $3,000 savings and book your free estimate. Exterior Pros and Baths, Wisconsin's trusted home improvement experts. Trust the pros.
The UW Credit Union member Mark Tauscher here. People ask me, old T, why did you join UW Credit Union? Well, is it to keep your banking local? Is it the member first service? Great perks like early payday? Absolutely. But honestly, between us, I mean, it's Bucky. I can't say no to that face. If you love Wisconsin like I do, you just can't pay with anything else. Fandom makes us do crazy things, but this just makes sense. Become a UW Credit Union member and get your Bucky card like me. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
Catholic Memorial Football.
Barreling towards the end zone, and he's in! Isaac Miller!
The Crusaders visit Wauwatosa West this Friday.
All the way into the end zone! Camden Shumpert!
Crusaders football is brought to you by R&R Insurance, D&M Accounting and Consulting Services, Curative Care, Home Sealed Exteriors, and Tony Wendorf and Associates. Watch Friday at 7 exclusively on the live video stream at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
It's Jason Wilde from Wilde Tausch. Upgrade your industrial supply services with Lakeland Supply, your trusted ISO certified partner for custom packaging, shipping supplies, janitorial, and safety supply solutions. With over 40 years of industry excellence, Lakeland Supply is a proven one-stop source with over 95% of their products made in the U.S., and they treat their customers like family. Personalized service with a national reach. That's what Lakeland Supply does. Visit LakelandSupply.com to discover how they can make your business better.
This is Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
ESPN.
This guy, not to be confused with Andrew Cohen, who did such a wonderful introduction of Matt LePay at his Wisconsin Hall of Fame induction. This guy stars on Unsportsmanlike across ESPN Wisconsin and ESPN Radio every morning, and he is a Wisconsin alum, and he would never incur the wrath of Barry Alvarez by being spoiled. He is Evan Cohen on Wilde Tausch. Evan, good morning. How are you?
Jason, Tausch, Jesse, wow. What a few days in Wisconsin sports. My God. Last night, Alvarez, obviously, the loss for the Packers, the loss for the Badgers. Lots to get into. Looking forward to it.
Well, let's start with Barry Alvarez, who you are intimately familiar with all of your time as a media member in Wisconsin, as a Wisconsin alum. What did you make of the coach's comments about the fans being, quote, spoiled rotten?
Yeah, I watched the whole show last night on the ESPN Madison, ESPN Milwaukee, ESPN Wisconsin YouTube, and give credit to Jesse and Tarek and Derek, and they did a great job, obviously, with it, and Coach Alvarez was excellent. So here's my thought. Those comments that he made are never great for anyone in any walk of life to, in essence, say about their customers. In this case, though, if there's anyone who's allowed to say it, it's him. And what I would say is, and how I would decipher it, Barry Alvarez's customers are not the same customers as Luke Fickell's customers. And what I mean by that is those that grew up or played for, in Tausch's case, or watched and covered, in our case, Jason, on Barry Alvarez Wisconsin football, those people may be the same people, but their level of being a customer, so to speak, is completely different with Fickell than it is with Alvarez, right? Like, I'm trying to do this in terms that would make some sense here. So let's just say you go to a restaurant and you're going to get the appetizer, the entree, and the dessert. You want to stay there all night. You want to spend all the money. That's the Alvarez customer. That same customer may be just coming in quickly for a drink right now and then leaving. So the fans that he's talking about that are acting spoiled, they are acting spoiled towards him, not towards what's currently going on. They're a different level of customer now, and their satisfaction level, understandably so, is different. I think he took the booing as if they were booing what he created and what he served them. That's not what they're booing. That makes sense?
It does make sense, and certainly he came in and rebuilt a program that was in shambles. My point to Tausch earlier was that, look, you have two choices at this point, the way things have gone. You either have them booing or you have them not showing up at all.
Booing in a bar.
And apathy, and then they're booing in a bar, as he put it.
Boo in a bar.
Yeah.
Boo in a bar is, what a quote. Boo in a bar.
And Evan, question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, Jason. Sorry.
No, you're fine. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay, Tausch, when you guys were calling the game,
yeah,
how audible was it for you when you guys were calling the game, and was it borderline distracting for you guys, for you and Matt?
Well, you got the headset on, so you could hear some. You could not everybody knows the business, Evan. You could hear some trickling of it probably late first quarter, and then it got very audible by the second quarter and halftime, like very audible. And then by, after jump around, there weren't very many people left, if we're just being honest about it.
Yeah.
That's kind of how it played out.
And Coach Alvarez is always going to defend the program that he built.
Yes.
Right? So he takes it as a personal offense, but in essence, what they're booing is that what they see is not him. This is not his version of Wisconsin football. So what these amazing fans are booing is, Barry, Coach, we are mad that we don't have you. We don't have your football team. We don't have your results. And and this is, let's be honest, if you're the university today, this is the greatest gift that anyone could have given you. Because all anyone's talking about today is what happened on the Barry Alvarez show on ESPN Wisconsin with Jesse Tarek.
Great job, Jesse.
Seriously.
No, you're not wrong.
No one's talking about the on-field product.
Mm-hmm.
He fell on the sword for you guys last night. And for everybody with the university that may want to dictate what's going on here, Barry Alvarez, you should be thanking. You should send a note to ESPN Wisconsin and ESPN Madison today with a payment. Thank you. Nobody's talking about our quarterback injury, going backwards in the first quarter, all the mishaps against Maryland. All anyone's debating about is whether or not the greatest figure in Wisconsin Badgers sports history should have said what he said last night on ESPN Wisconsin.
Nailed it. You're 1,000% right on that. Now, do you think he should have said it or not?
Obviously, I don't think anyone should say that about fans. But, Jason, if one person is allowed to say whatever the hell he wants, it's him.
Well,
So,
Evan, isn't it all, and I said this earlier, isn't it all just perspective? Like, he's lived it. He knows what that feels like, not to the same degree of what we saw, because I think Jesse asked Barry, was there ever a scenario where you had that? And when would that have been? I don't even know. I don't think
They were
ever.
talking about 95. They were saying the 95 season is the closest.
Yeah, there was
but I
so
don't
much
think it was
goodwill.
like that.
There was so much goodwill built up, even with that season being a big disappointment. There was none of that. There was some smidging of booing because we weren't playing well. But I think where Barry took offense was the fire Fick, because I think he thinks that's not helping the team. Everybody understands you're going to boo and you're going to do that. That is where I think, because he's a coach at heart, I think that's why he is so irritated about it, and that's why he lashed. I think lashing out is a fair description of what we heard him do on the Barry Alvarez show last night.
Yeah, and I don't want to, Tausch, I don't want to sit here and say, oh, here's what he really meant. I'm not going to do that. But I will say, if you're Barry Alvarez, and this is me saying this, not any of you, or not Tarek, Derek, or Jesse, aren't you a little frustrated at everything that you built and the way it is right now? That's not to say it can't turn around. That's not to say that anyone should get fired or the fans shouldn't go to the games or shouldn't be allowed to boo. Barry Alvarez built a mega power from scratch where fans were begging to go to the games and cheering at everything at all times. And now, I think Ben Brush said it last week, if I'm not mistaken. He said something along the lines of, if they don't beat Maryland, where's the win on the schedule? And Ben is obviously rooting for them, but asking that question. And so Barry Alvarez's program that he built, that we still have hope in Chris McIntosh and Luke Fickell and that combination kicking butt. And let's root for them, I agree. But that program that he built, now he's going on his weekly radio show and being asked a question, rightfully so by Jesse, about fans asking for the coach to be fired, and then based on what Tausch just said, the fans leaving after the highlight of the season, which is jump around. That's not the program he built. So his frustration level must be through the roof. But again, the university should be thanking ESPN Madison today to no end, and ESPN Wisconsin, Milwaukee, because of what that show did to distract everybody today.
Thank you, Jesse.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you, Jesse.
You're all welcome.
I do think it's important to point out that as great as Barry is and was as the coach and the athletic director, he also had two guys who followed him later in Brett Bielema, who had a tough night on Saturday night, but otherwise had an incredible amount of success during his time as the Badgers coach, and Paul Chryst had a ton of success. Barry Alvarez also missed on a hire, which he would acknowledge. He has acknowledged when he hired Gary Anderson. I would agree with you, though, that he is looking at this, Evan, through the prism of, I built this beautiful structure, and it looks like it's in severe disrepair, and I don't have a whole lot of answers on how to fix it. And I think that whether he's willing to say it or not, has to be really difficult for him.
Absolutely.
Really difficult.
It's also not anymore his responsibility to fix it. And so I think one of the hardest things for anybody in life is you built something, you've been in charge of something, you oversaw that thing, and now it's important a part of your life to kind of let it go. You still don't want to see it, and I'm not saying he's saying this, nor am I saying this, but for lack of a better word, tarnished, right? And with no ability to fix it, right? So the Gary Anderson thing, he has an ability to fix it.
Right.
He can't walk in there and say to Coach Fickell, I get your system, all right, let's make a couple of tweaks here. He can't do that. He can't say to Chris McIntosh, I get how you're operating as an AD. Let me help you make a couple of tweaks. He has to wait for the incoming call. He can't make the outgoing call anymore. And that is really hard to do, I have to imagine. For somebody that has always been able to say, oh, there's a problem with this? All right, I'll fix it in a minute. He can't do it. He's got to wait for them to ask him. And I have no idea if they're asking him. My guess is they're probably not. I mean, think about Barry Alvarez's tenure at Wisconsin. From head coach to AD. Anything he wanted fixed, he gets the person on the phone and it's fixed. Doesn't mean, or there's an attempt to fix. He has to wait for them to call him. He can't do that. How would it go if he called Fickle and told him what to do? That's not his right. I mean, Tausch is with Fickle every single week. Tausch knows the offensive line inside and out. It wouldn't be right for Tausch to say that, hey, I think I could help with you if you guys did this versus that. And I'm not saying Fickle's doing anything wrong or right. I'm just pointing out that's the dilemma that Coach Alvarez probably lives with every day of like, I know how to fix this. I'm just not allowed to do it.
In today's college football, I'm not sure he does know how to fix it.
Yes, he does. Well, okay, now that's an interesting one because let's pretend, let's spin it positively, Jason. Let's say Coach Fickle won the national championship at Wisconsin. Then let's say Ohio State made him an offer he can't refuse to go back home to Ohio. And we had an open position for the University of Wisconsin head football coach. I then would say, if you guys had me on, say, hey, who do you want? I would say I want somebody who most resembles Barry Alvarez on field and off field in the way in which they operate. And I want that coach to run a boring offense on purpose to get big, beefy offensive linemen. And I want that coach to feel Wisconsin, look Wisconsin, have history in Wisconsin, whether it's college, pro, whatever it is. That's what I want. And so I do think that it can be fixed. And I think that Coach Fickle may still do that, in terms of rebuilding this up and back up, hopefully.
Efko, what do you need to see in the next? What do you need to see in the next, couple of, 8 weeks? What do you, as a fan, what do you need to see?
Okay, so can they win? Let's be realistic, Tausch. Actually, I can't ask you that question because you're part of the broadcast.
They certainly can win. Yes, they can. I don't think they'll be favored. I don't think they'll be favored. Go ahead,
okay.
Jason.
Let me ask Jason. It's not. I may not come off like I like you on the air as a bit. I love Tausch, so I don't want to put him in a weird spot. Jason, how many realistic winnable games are? Jason, how many realistic winnable games are there?
Again, I would like to echo the radio analyst who said they can win. But again, for those of you that don't have the schedule memorized, they do not play this week, which I think is good news for everybody.
So they won't lose.
They are at Michigan. They're at home against Iowa for homecoming, which I would say is a winnable game. They then have number 1 ranked Ohio State at home. They go out to Eugene and face number 6 Oregon. They're at home against Washington, which I don't think is unwinnable. They go to Indiana. They have Illinois at home, which I'm still very curious about what I saw on Saturday night on NBC and Peacock. And then they've got Minnesota in Minneapolis to close the season. I think there are 3 games on that schedule that they can win. I don't know if they will.
Okay, so it's not like, you're not, in terms of wins, it's not like 6-7, it's more like 3-4, right?
Well
Is that
done.
what you're saying?
4-1. 4-1.
We're all trying to be hip, yep.
So if we set the over-under at 3.5 wins, what do I want to see the rest of the way? I want to see 4 wins, and I want to see a team that no one wants to play. Like, Jason loves Coach Bennett. Even during the years where Wisconsin basketball was not perfect under Coach Bennett, no one wanted to play them. It was just like, oh, my God, it's such a headache how hard they play. They play such intense defense. Can we skip this game so we don't have to win 50-49? Like,
Great
can we
point.
just not do this, right? So what I want to see is let's hit the over on 3.5 wins, and let's become a team that by the end of the season, everybody's like, oh, God, I know we may beat this team, but I really don't want to have to play them. They're so annoying. That's what I want to see. Is that fair?
Yeah, that's an outstanding answer. That is fantastic. And the parallel to Coach Bennett's teams is great because there were some years where things were not great for his teams. Hey, I want to get to the Packers, but first, since we're talking about
Jason, one other quick thing on that. Here's my apprehension about what I just said. My apprehension with that is, stylistically, I don't know if we have the group that is that team. Because part of what I just said is, it goes back to what I've been saying, and I called into the post game on Saturday, Wisconsin College Game Day, with Riley and Corey, that I think our goal needs to be to get to the playoff, not win it all. When we try to win it all, and we try to replicate all these other SEC-type teams to win it all, we don't do well. When we go back to the Barry Alvarez of let's win the Big Ten and go to the Rose Bowl every year, because that's like we're not trying to be something we're not. And Barry even said it to Jesse, Tarek, and Derek last night. Like, he wasn't calling anybody out for not having the dominant offensive lineman, but he certainly pointed out that that's where it all started.
Yeah.
And Derek started listing some of the guys that were on some of those teams. Like, geez, I forgot. Like, some of these guys were backups to these who became pros. The starters who became pros, and I think that's where it needs to go back. That's the kind of team that no one wants to play. Like, oh my God, our defensive line is going to be beat up at the end of this. They're going to have a bruising running back that's going to run through us at times and really leave us physically drained by the end of 4 quarters. I don't know that we're built that way right now.
They're not. It all starts with their offensive line, and if they're going to have any chance, they need that group to play well. I spent enough time around offensive linemen around here to know that. All right, I want to get to the Packers while we have you, but I have to ask, what's with your guy Belichick? Can the girlfriend on the field, not like, what is he doing? Can you help me understand this?
No. I can't.
He's in love.
I can't.
He's in love. That's the only way you can describe it, right? Like he's just.
I don't fully understand. Forget that she's his girlfriend. That's his personal life. Let's look at it big picture. How we look at Belichick, allowing a non-football staff member to be places where non-football staff members are not normally allowed. That's the surprising part. You know, Alex Guerrero, who was Brady's personal trainer, Belichick disagreed with the way in which he operated his physical training, right? Now, I don't know the personal stuff, but we know strategically, and Tausch should probably know this better than anybody, but like I think Alex Guerrero was more pliability, stretching, not weightlifting, all that kind of stuff.
Flexibility and
versus
yep.
flexibility, yeah.
Yep.
So like actually, people make the whole personal beef. I think it actually stemmed back from like it was like one guy wants to run a 3-4, the other guy wants to run a 4-3, so they can't coexist in that spot. That's initially what it was from. So I don't understand now in this case what the non-football staff member does on the sideline. Now, if you tell me she has a role, that's great. Then she should be allowed there. The whole thing is different. It's definitely not what he's done his entire career.
Yes, that is definitely true. I caught you yesterday when I wasn't watching GMA, and I saw you talking about the NFC, and the question was, who is the second best team in the NFC? Because the Eagles are clearly the best one. How has your view and Canty's view and Michelle Smallman's view and everyone else who joins you during the week, how has the view of the Packers changed, if at all, based on that performance against the Cleveland Browns?
Yeah, I mean, we have to take a step back, right? I mean, we can't sit there and say, like, they're invincible, like a lot of us, me included, kind of alluded to. You know, I did talk to a former Packer yesterday. He may have played a decade, may have played on the offensive line. And he brought up a good point. He said maybe it's a good thing. Not that he was rooting for them to lose. Let's call him, I don't know, Mark. Not at all that he was rooting for them to lose, but that is it really the worst thing in the world, the third game of the season, when everyone's telling you how great you are, to get the reality check to kind of reset? And what Tausch said to me yesterday has gotten in my mind a little bit. I think it's a very good point. I think it makes a lot of sense. And I think I said to you last week that a friend of mine in Florida who's a Packers fan said he was very uncomfortable with all of the hype, but it was too much too soon.
Hey, Evco, you know what? This is always something, and I know Jesse went viral with Mike McCarthy this weekend too, but Mike McCarthy, when he first took the job, and we had just been 4-12 when he took the job, said the biggest challenge that we will have as a football team is handling success. Because professional athletes, we thrive on negativity and somebody telling you can't do something, and you keep that edge. You get fat and happy and start thinking that you've arrived, you're in trouble. And I think a little bit of that crept into people's heads after the great start that they had. And I'm certain that whatever was crept in has already been excavated out. And that's why I loved what LaFleur did yesterday.
So what's interesting about that, you bring up Belichick, right? Belichick and Saban are obviously like carbon. No, Jason.
Oh, Jason.
But they're kind of carbon copies of each other. And from what I gather, and I've asked Jason McCourty about this, who played for Belichick, an NFL analyst. From what I gather, when their teams, Alabama or New England specifically, have had great, unbelievable wins, film session, they find every mistake. And when they've had terrible losses, film session, they find all of the good things that they could have done more of to win that game. They flip the mentality depending on result. And I don't know how, if they beat the Browns 40-17, how does Matt LaFleur get in there and rip them apart? Team like this, and that's, from what I gather, who he is. So I think this is such a blessing in disguise. I was like ragging on Smalls as a Packers fan the other day, but now I kind of look at it differently. I'm like, boy, we may look back at this, if they win and they win big this year, as the moment that actually secured them whatever it is that they end up getting at the end of the year.
That's the hope.
Evan, always great to catch up with you. We appreciate your time, buddy. Thanks.
This is a very serious conversation.
Yeah,
it was serious. We were very serious.
I think it had to be.
A lot of stuff going
on. By the way,
on.
can I bring up one funny thing?
Absolutely.
The best, not the best part, but an amazing part last night. So I'm watching the show with Jesse, Tarek, and Derek, and Coach Alvarez. And I hear a phone ring. And I'm like, that's weird. I don't normally have my ringer on. And I realized that's actually Coach Alvarez's phone. And Alvarez took a call while Jesse was talking, which was amazing. Not a call from his own personal cell phone.
Awesome.
Hopefully everything's okay. But it was amazing because you could see it happening, and he's just not on headset talking to somebody as Jesse's trying to tread water and buy time so he gets back on the headset.
He's a pro. He's a pro.
Did we find out who it was?
Nope.
Should have asked him. Hey, put him on. Who is it?
I don't know who. Jesse?
Hi,
Jesse. Did you express that?
We can follow up next week. Coach, if you're going to take a phone call, you have to tell us who it is from now on.
That seems reasonable.
Yeah, you. Good luck with that. Good luck telling Barry Alvarez what to do.
Good luck.
It's a good plan. Evan, thanks.
See you guys.
That is Evan Cohen of Unsportsmanlike, which you can hear across ESPN Wisconsin, across ESPN Radio, and, of course, see on ESPN Television as well. More Wilde Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
This is Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance. The best source for every piece of NFL news you need to know.
I would just say that right now I think all options are on the table. I think that they went through that trade thing and they talked to teams, and it's not like those talks are shut down.
ESPN NFL insider Adam Schefter is on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy every Wednesday morning at 7:30. Sponsored by Island Resort and Casino.
But they didn't go anywhere. And when they don't go anywhere, it opens up the possibility that he could be back.
On 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
An ESPN Radio Extra Point.
with Chris Canty.
Chris Greer could potentially lose his job if the Dolphins don't right the ship, and Mike McDaniel could be fired if the Dolphins don't figure it out. Where does that leave Tua? He's a $53 million a year quarterback. Next year, he's scheduled to get paid $55 million in cash. Is the next regime going to look at Tua as more a part of the solution or a part of the problem? I have a hard time envisioning it being the former just because this is a guy that's off injured, only one full season healthy, and this is his 6th year in the NFL. And you're talking about somebody that's never won a playoff game and somebody that turns the ball over in the most consequential situations. I can't envision that a new regime wants to chart a path forward and hitch their wagon to this dude.
eBay has reinvented vehicle buying. From click to curb, everything's covered. Ever try to buy a car online and end up in a parking lot with a stranger and some blind trust? That era is over. Now with Secure Purchase, eBay isn't just where you find your car. It's where you buy it, start to finish. Title, financing, registration, delivery, it's all built in. This is the modern way to buy your next ride on eBay. eBay. Things people love. Secure Purchase is powered by Caramel Dealer Services, LLC, an eBay subsidiary.
Coach Saban here. On the field or on your walls, coverage matters. That's why I go with Behr Marquee Interior Paint and Primer from the Home Depot.
Exceptional hide, advanced stain blocking, and over 1,000 colors to choose from. Behr Marquee delivers one-coat coverage that stands up to real life. One-coat coverage, no overtime. Behr Marquee, only at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Valid only when tinted to colors from the Behr Marquee Interior One-Coat Hide Collection.
The vibrant fall colors and cooler temperatures make for great days out on the golf course. The Island invites you to experience the best of fall golf with late season rounds at Sweetgrass or Sage Run. Fall golf rates run through the end of the 2025 season with tee times starting at $75 and stay and play packages from $125. And submit your 2026 golf package request early to guarantee choice dates. Plan your fall golf adventure today at islandresortgolf.com.
The dance of sunlight on water.
Shimmering, sparkling, beautiful, hypnotic.
Houses that overlook a gorgeous body of water are the most highly desired houses in the world.
The Bellamare collection of fine jewelry features classic white diamonds, flanked and surrounded by rare and exotic blue diamonds.
Bellamare means beautiful water.
Bellamare, sunlight on water, glimmering and twinkling.
The dance is enticing.
The look is spectacular.
The impact is exciting.
Blue and white diamonds created in the heart of Mother Nature
will dance and sing on the body of a glittering, sparkling woman.
Bellamare. This blue and white beauty of sunlight on water
should be worn on the fingers,
the wrist,
the neck, and the ears
of the woman you love.
The Bellamare collection is available only at Kessler's.
We do diamonds better because diamonds are what we do.
For the location of the Kesslers nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
You're listening to Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Like a blank canvas, you know you can paint it any way you want it.
Thanks again to Evan Cohen. Always appreciate catching up with him. You can hear him on Unsportsmanlike every day. Tausch, so he initially was trying to make it sound like he wasn't going to give the identity of someone he talked to, then it turned out to be you. I want to get into this a little further in the 10 o'clock hour, but you think that this loss could be a good thing for the Green Bay Packers?
Well, I think you have to find a positive out of a negative, and it was a brutal loss. We all know that. It's what are you going to do about it? And for this team, I think there was a little sense of we're really blanking good because they are. This is a really good roster and a really good team, and I still feel really good about where they're at. But reality, this league will slap you around. If you are not dialed in and doing what you need to do on a daily basis, and LaFleur said it, and another thing I loved, I say this all the time, this is a week-to-week league. We are going to overreact on Monday. And then we're going to come back and we're going to start looking at it. This is, I look at this very similar to when I played. You play, you look at it, you celebrate, you mourn, and then Monday you watch, you fix, and then you move forward. And that's what this team will need to do. And for everybody that was thinking, Shido and undefeated, and we're going to win this, and this team is unbeatable, and blah, 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 you find out quickly that is not the case in this league. There's a lot of really good players that also feel like they're destined to win. Mm-hmm. And when you don't prepare and you don't execute to the level you need to, you're going to get your blank beat. And that's what Green Bay did. So, yeah, I think you can find positives in this that, hey, guys, this coaches love it when you win and you struggle and they can coach you hard. I think this team is built enough that this will be a wake-up, and especially there's a get-right opportunity coming up on Sunday before a bye.
We will talk more about that in the 10 o'clock hour. I asked Matt LaFleur something of access and untold stories about the greatest stars and moments in Bucs history. So find Behind the Bucs on Bucs.com/plus, the Bucs app, the new ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get your podcasts, including Spotify. Behind the Bucs, presented by Gallagher. The 10 o'clock hour of Wilde Tausch starts in 2 minutes, so stick around.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
The power of friendship has spawned a memorable baseball season in Milwaukee. When you choose to work with Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, the relationship is more than what feels like having a friend. Pella honors trust and commitment on your behalf, before, during, and after the sale. And with this month's incredible deal, Gina Della from Pella is here to share why you shouldn't wait to order new windows and doors.
Order today and get 0% interest for up to 60 months. Set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. Ends 9/30/2025.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's favorite vodka for a reason. From the first legal distillery in Texas, Tito's is 6 times distilled till it's just right, and naturally gluten-free, making it a high-quality spirit that mixes with just about anything, from the smoothest martinis to the best Bloody Marys. Tito's is known for giving back, teaming up with nonprofits to serve its communities and do good for dogs. Make your next cocktail with Tito's. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
For your next night out, revel in the fusion of artistry and flavor with Sushi at St. Kate, offering guests an elevated experience where freshness and creativity converge in every bite. St. Kate the Arts Hotel introduces an exciting new sushi menu to its culinary repertoire. Indulge in the finest seafood, freshest ingredients, and expert craftsmanship for an inspired and delectable dining journey. Experience the art of sushi at St. Kate and learn more at stkatearts.com.
I'm Pat Dunphy of Cannon & Dunphy, and I'm reaching out to you today not as an attorney, but as chair of the board of directors of Guest House. It's an organization that's been dedicated to dealing with the root causes of homelessness in Milwaukee for over 40 years. Its mission is to treat the homeless with dignity and help them rebuild their lives. So help us help the homeless by investing in the Guest House and the Milwaukee community. And also consider attending our gala on Thursday, November 13th.
Hey, this is Brad Nortman from KBN. Tune in to Kyle Bruston Nortman from 2 to 5 every day. WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Hour of Wilde and Tausch begins now, and it begins with what I thought was a clever little turn of phrase from Jesse in the rundown. UPS, which does not sell ice cream but can deliver it for you, they used to have an ad campaign called "What Can Brown Do For You?" Yeah, they got the brown trucks.
Yep.
Brown uniforms. Yep. Jesse's line is, "What can a Brown's loss do for you?" Which I thought was clever. And I asked Matt LaFleur because there was, look, and rightfully so, and I was leading the charge, there were a lot of negative questions being asked yesterday. And that's what happens, and that's what's supposed to happen, and that's what you deserve to have happen when you lose a game the way they lost, especially when you think you're pretty damn good. So we did our job. We were skating down a few skaters. We were on the penalty kill. We're missing a few people that are normally there. But we got lots of questions in, and we'll hear some of the answers. But eventually, we got toward the end, and I thought, I am curious. Okay, that game's over. What are you going to do about it? How does this help you now? So I asked Matt LaFleur about that. Here is that exchange.
Matt, I understand, it sucks that the game went the way it did yesterday for you, but it's not like you still don't have a really good football team. So I'm just curious, what good does come from this? Like, how do you take this and use it in a way that it actually has value instead of just being pissed that you didn't play well?
Well, I just think this league is such a week-to-week league, and you can never lose sight of that. And you can't take any moment, any game for granted. And the goal, and I've said it a million times to you guys, I don't think I've obviously said it enough to our team. The goal is to go 1-0 every week. And it pisses me off when we start talking about things outside of the next game, things that are way down the road. Like, focus on, keep the focus on the present, on the now, and worry about getting better each and every day.
I think we all knew the minute he said that what he was talking about. We will hear a little bit later me asking him directly about Rasheed Walker.
Oh, Tom Waddle's Boldathon prediction.
Yeah, Gonzo. Yeah, he was looking pretty good, I thought, but not anymore. Tausch, what do you think the conversation was like between Matt LaFleur and Shido about the "we could go undefeated" remark?
I'm guessing it was probably not even from an individual standpoint. I don't think it was like she'd get up to the office. I'm guessing it was more, hey, we have guys talking about long-term winning a championship, and there's steps to go through. So I'm guessing it was more of a in-passing comment in front of the team. And then maybe a discussion after, like, hey, man, I like your confidence, but you got it. And that's probably why Shido is going to be a little more quieto when it comes to how he's going to discuss things in the press moving forward. But it's a learning lesson, and it's a humbling deal, and that's the beauty of sports is you can be at the top of the mountain one week, and then the next week you're down in the gutter. And you find that that's why you try and stay as even-keeled as you can and understand. Veterans understand. There's going to be some weeks you get thumped. There's going to be some weeks you thump people. Neither is most of these games are going to be one or two possessions, and it's going to be who has the players to make the big plays when the money's on the table. And we didn't have that on Sunday. That's an opportunity to learn and to try to put yourself in a position that you don't have that. But Shido will not be saying undefeated anymore. I can feel fairly confident about that. Doesn't matter if he's on a team that's 12-0 moving forward. If he ends up in Cincinnati or wherever he ends up next season, if it's not Green Bay, I got a hunch he's learned a lesson, and he won't be as open as he has been in the past.
Which is unfortunate. I am curious, Tausch, in real time, when he said that last Wednesday and it came to light, what did you think? Uh-oh.
Wow.
Like,
first off, selfishly, I thought, thank you, Shido.
Right.
Because it gave us a lot of fodder to discuss.
Contento, yeah.
From a locker room player standpoint, no.
So if let's say they don't get the field goal blocked and they win ugly, right? They win
still a lesson learned.
13-10. There's still lessons to be taken.
Yes.
He probably still tells Shido, hey, please don't say that anymore. You got to be smarter than that.
Yep.
But it's not like the fact that he said that, and then they managed to lose to a winless team. that was a confluence of some bad juju for him. Like, and he played poorly. I mean, there's our teammates at ESPN Cleveland.
That clip is hilarious.
Had captured.
That clip is hilarious.
The clip, we will try and play that, where Myles Garrett is on the sideline making fun of Sheeto for yelling, "Run, Jordan, look out!"
Hey, Matt, anybody that's played, and I watched that. Myles Garrett is in a wide 5. I can't remember if there was a tight end next to him, so it might have been a 9. He's outside. And in 1.5 steps, he's inside and beat Sheeto. It was freakazoidy.
Yeah, that's amazing.
The dude is just a stud. So it is going to happen. And at least you give your quarterback a look like, get rid of it. Run! Run! And Myles Garrett delivered it really well on the sideline. It was really good. Like, it was bad, but it was really funny.
We'll have that a little bit later in the program if you haven't seen that. I want to get to some of the other things Matt LaFleur had to say. I will admit that when it came time to ask about special teams, I wanted to. You can't ask him, hey, why haven't you fired Rich Bisaccia yet? That's not going to get us where we want to go, but I don't think my delivery was ideal either. We'll get to that too. But the one thing that is ideal is the customer service at Associated Bank. I've experienced it, and so many of you have as well. I know Jesse has. They take great care of you no matter who you are. That's why they've got all the awards to prove their great customer service. Packers checking, Badgers checking, Brewers checking, they're all great. I have just regular checking. But I also have early pay, which gives me access to my direct deposit up to 2 days early. I've got credit monitoring for when we made that big purchase at Steinhoffel's, when we finally got a new couch. And I've got fraud protection, which made sure that when somebody tried to take my information and take my money, they had me covered. So go to AssociatedBank.com to find out more. More Wilde Tausch and more Matt LaFleur next, so stick around.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance. All day, every day, the Carbless talk and text line is open for you.
First off, there is not one team that's on the fringe that scares me.
800-990-3776. The Carbless talk and text line. This is more. Station updates, show clips, and your place to interact with us every single day just by scrolling through your feed. Follow along on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at ESPN Milwaukee.
What's better than cheering for the Packers with an ice-cold beer in your hand? Cheering for the Packers with an ice-cold beer in your hand that you got for 10% off. And when you get Packers checking from Associated Bank, you get even more. Like 10% off food and 10% off drinks on game day. Like that ice-cold beer in your hand. Plus 15% off Pro Shop gear. Only with Packers checking. Associated Bank. Bank of the Packers. Learn more at AssociatedBank.com/Packers. Member FDIC.
WTMJ's John Mercier here. Wisconsin veterans, your safety and well-being matter to us. As a community, we value the strength and resilience you've shown in serving our nation. The Captain Mason Veteran Peer Outreach Project is committed to preventing veteran suicide and firearm safety. They're dedicated to connecting veterans with peers who understand the struggles and can offer a helping hand. Talk to someone who understands. Call 414-955-8910 or go to veteranpeeroutreach.org. Brought to you by VA Sergeant Grant and Veterans Outreach of Wisconsin.
Stay up to date on the green and gold all season. The Green and Gold Fix podcast is brought to you by Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Luxury stay, elite play, unwind in sophisticated comfort. Win big, dine, and experience the events in Milwaukee.
Grand slams and walk-offs. If you haven't jumped on the bandwagon by now, what are you waiting for? Siding Unlimited is Milwaukee's very own national champions. That's right, Siding Unlimited installs windows, and we do it really well, earning the prestigious Pella Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year award 5 times. New windows? Our expert team will deliver on a smooth, hassle-free installation, making you feel proud of calling Siding Unlimited for your window project. What's the next step? Call 262-567-4513 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Hey, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Buying a roof, siding, or windows can feel overwhelming. Hidden costs, confusing contracts. We don't play that game. We educate you so you can decide. And when you know the facts, Infinity Exteriors is the clear choice. Since 1997, we've installed peace of mind with no surprise upcharges, flexible budgets, and immediate financing. Infinity Exteriors, saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
Catholic Memorial Football.
Barreling towards the end zone, and he's in! Isaac Miller!
The Crusaders visit Wauwatosa West this Friday.
All the way into the end zone! Camden Shumpert!
Crusaders football is brought to you by R&R Insurance, D&M Accounting and Consulting Services, Curative Care, Home Sealed Exteriors, and Tony Wendorf and Associates. Watch Friday at 7 exclusively on the live video stream at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube. Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Customizable just for you. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today. This is Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
So we talked a little bit about Rasheed Walker's, I don't want to say proclamation. Well, let's just, I tried to help Sheeto out a little bit. And Tausch, I want you to grade how good of a job I did trying to have Sheeto's back a little bit.
All right. I'm sure you did well. You throw him under the bus.
I don't think I did that.
Well, let's hear it.
Jesse doesn't seem to think a very good job. Let's see how it sounds.
As someone who can start talking and then keep talking, as you've experienced from listening to these questions, I don't think Sheed was planning on making a proclamation that you guys would go undefeated. I think he kind of got riffing a little bit.
No, I know, but I think it's always a good reminder, like, hey guys, like, pump the brakes on everything. We're just trying to win one game at a time, and like, if you're thinking or have your sights set on anything outside of that, I think you're focused on the wrong things. Like, we got to be focused on trying to get better, obviously today, the focus is on, first of all, being honest about the tape and what the tape says, and then learning from that, and then it's moving on.
So that's a teachable moment for, he's probably not going to talk to us the rest of the year, but is that a teachable moment for all your guys that you're using specifically?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of teachable moments certainly when you win, and obviously you better learn from when you have some failure. Otherwise, you'll never get better.
So, Tausch, your thoughts?
Yeah, that's, again, it comes down to learning lessons from things that maybe didn't go the way you thought or you hoped. So I hope Sheeto doesn't just go into a shell. I wouldn't blame him if he did.
I wouldn't either.
Because this business has gotten a lot more difficult from a player standpoint. Mm-hmm. You have to be more guarded, and I'm sure you lament the fact that players should be more guarded. There's just so much media.
Yeah.
And so many things that you can do and say that might be fun, but they can become distractions and can be utilized against you. And so for players, it's, if you're a stud and a star, you can do kind of whatever you want as long as you're performing at that level. If you're not, there's so much pressure on these guys as it is when you don't need to add more on your plate. That, I think, is the lesson, and it always comes back to talk about your teammates, talk about yourself, and you try to keep things short so that they can't be misconstrued. And unfortunately for folks like you, that might take away some of the chops that you want to have and tell stories about people. Now, that doesn't mean that won't happen, and I think there'll still be plenty if it's done in the right way. But I would guess every player, especially young players on this team, are looking at what Sheed said and is going to be like, I'm going to keep these answers tight, and I'm going to say nothing. I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah, and again, I do think, and I was, it's about the answers, but I did feel bad for Sheed because I don't think that was his intent. I think he talked himself into something, and he probably regretted it. And having experienced, something go semi-viral after the game about my criticism of Love, which I think was fair, by the way. But you get all these people piling on you, and it's a lot. And for Sheed, when it's the boss, when it's the head coach who's not happy with you, that's really problematic. And so, I hope he learned his lesson. There's a lesson to be certainly taken from that, and I don't know what he's going to be like with us moving forward.
I think you have a pretty good idea.
Yeah, no, I do. I don't think it was as egregious.
And by the way, that is not why they lost the game in Cleveland.
Correct.
It goes to the root of taking every game and every week with a new approach and all right, we have to, what we did last week don't mean jack. And if you start believing that you can, the old adage, roll your hat out on the field, and I don't think that this game was not like they didn't give great effort. Like defensively, I thought their effort was, they just executed really poorly, and then things started piling up. And in a game, what happens, it's really hard to get that momentum back when you start giving up sacks and you don't trust your protection. The coach starts looking at it differently. The quarterback starts looking at it differently. The O-linemen start looking at it differently. It makes it that much more difficult to execute. And when that ball gets rolling, she's really hard to stop. And that's kind of what happened on offense and on special teams, and give Cleveland's defense and their special teams credit for kind of forcing their hand.
Well, it's time for you to look at your bathroom differently and get the help of Kohler Services to make it beautiful again. And your guy, Chris from Oostburg, who will help do the demo work.
Yeah, and got a refreshing offer for a new bath or shower remodel from Kohler Services this month only. Get $1,000 off your Luckstone shower remodel and 0 interest financing for 12 months. Jason just mentioned my old pal Chris from Oostburg, one of their many skilled installers who demos your existing bath or shower, removes it, and disposes it before installing your brand new dream shower. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com to request your free quote with fast professional installation always included. Again, that is KohlerServicesWI.com.
We'll hear more from Matt LaFleur next. It's Wilde Tausch.
Wilde Tausch is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Turn your driveway into the basketball court of your dreams with Precision Sports, Southeastern Wisconsin's dealer for Mega Slam, Ironclad, and Dominator hoop systems. From installation to customizable painted court lines, Precision Sports is a slam dunk. PrecisionSportsOnline.com.
Mark Tauscher here, and these days I am sleeping better than ever. I am so thankful I met with the great team at Advent to help solve my sleeping problems. The Advent team is so great to work with, and their consultations are very informative. The Advent team listened to my struggles, and rather than forcing a surgery, they helped me find the best solution for a better night's sleep. My family and I are so thankful the solutions from Advent worked. To see how they can help you with snoring, sleep apnea, and nasal breathing problems, go to AdventKnows.com, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better.
Did you forget the first day of school is this week and little Nancy still needs her name embroidered on her backpack? Or the company shirts are due now, not next week? Maybe the boss just declared Steve's retirement party is today and the shirts are mandatory? Whatever the rush, Big Frog Custom T-Shirts and more in Mequon has got you covered. With fast turnarounds, no minimums, eco-friendly printing, and high-quality custom apparel, Big Frog brings your custom ideas to life fast. Stop by Big Frog in Mequon or visit bigfrog.com/Mequon. Big Frog Custom T-Shirts and more, where your ideas leap to life.
Something exciting is happening at St. Kate the Arts Hotel. On the second floor, you'll find the Studio Kitchen and Cocktails, Milwaukee's destination for bold flavors, fresh sushi, seasonal entrees, and cocktails crafted with care. Start your day with a breakfast that fuels you, stop in for dinner that sparks conversation, or linger late into the evening with drinks designed to inspire. With flavors and drinks for every mood, the Studio is the perfect place to gather, celebrate, and connect. Be boldly social. The Studio Kitchen and Cocktails, now on the second floor at St. Kate the Arts Hotel.
At Tony Wendorf & Associates First Weber Group, we believe in the human side of real estate. For us, it's faith, family, and friends in that order. We live that every single day. I'm Tony Wendorf. We move fast, negotiate with confidence, and communicate clearly so our clients win. We operate from a place of gratitude, having donated nearly $200,000 back to our community since 2020. You deserve a team that delivers a luxury experience no matter the price point. Contact us today to get started. Tony Wendorf & Associates, trusted knowledge, superior service. Contact us at WendorfTeam.firstweber.com.
From the biggest stars to the greatest moments, Behind the Bucks is Bucks history like you've never heard it before. It's all on Behind the Bucks on the Bucks Plus audio network. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the new ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
Hey, this is the Fat Jack, and football season is here. Are you ready to make money betting on sports? Are you ready to make a winning decision? Are you going to gamble for fun, or are you going to gamble for money? This year, make that decision that will build your bankroll all year long. Go to FatJackSports.com, and for less than $100 a week, make money betting on the games. That's FatJackSports.com. It's a personal portal. It comes to your email. It's hassle-free. It'll make you money. FatJackSports.com.
For your fellow fanatics and your number one fans. For your game day compatriots and your everyday companions. For your personal cheerleaders and your personal heroes. For the reasons you smile, get covered with dental and vision insurance from Delta Dental of Wisconsin and Delta Vision. Learn more at deltadentalwi.com today.
For general contest rules, visit ESPNWisconsinContest.com.
You're listening to Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
So our YouTube commenters, what do you call them again, Jesse?
That'd be the dwellers.
The dwellers. I get it, man. The view is pretty good from the cheap seats, AJ. But I could have done a better job of asking the question about Rich Bisaccia.
What did you frame it the way you told us you were going to frame it yesterday?
I'll be honest with you. I forgot how I said I was going to frame it, and I tried to go through the YouTube chat to find it because I said it in there too. And then Matt LaFleur walked in. I was literally trying to look it up as he walked in. So I got a lot on my mind.
You're letting the dwellers impact your press conferences?
No. I wrote it.
Because the way you worded it yesterday was really good. I thought you'd get a good answer.
I did not word it that way, unfortunately, in real life. Do you remember how I worded it yesterday? Because I still can't remember.
I barely remember.
Check
what we
the
did
tape.
Yesterday.
TPC Wisconsin. We had a lot going on.
Yeah.
I'll have to go back on Spotify and listen to see how I phrased it. But I can listen to how I phrased it yesterday, which was not the same. And do I think that it would have gotten a better answer? Maybe, but probably not. Here's that exchange, and here's how Matt LaFleur handled it.
Matt, you obviously care a lot about we-fence. You guys call it that. What do you and Rich need to do so that you can get some, like you've got a really good battery that you're happy with, but then it always feels like there's another challenge that you're dealing with.
The unfortunate thing about whether, special teams in general is when there is a mistake, a lot of times they're catastrophic mistakes. And so obviously the end of the game, that's a bad one to have happen. But all in all, I thought just in terms of I would say most of the emphasis typically when you're just talking across the league is placed on punt. And, you're doing everything you can not to get a punt blocked. I think sometimes you can take for granted the field goal block. Obviously, yesterday I think was an extreme across the league in regards to the number of blocks that happened. Bottom line with us, I think it comes down to just being disciplined and trusting your technique and what you're coached to do on a daily basis. And unfortunately, we got lifted and we played with poor pad level. We didn't take the correct steps and just didn't perform the right technique. And so if you don't do that against a really good team that is going to rush hard, you're susceptible to having a catastrophic event occur.
So I didn't like my question. I really didn't like his answer, though. I don't like it any time that a coach says you take something for granted. Punts are obviously catastrophic if you get them blocked, because they usually lead directly to points because you're probably kicking from your side of the field. The ball goes in that direction. Tausch, I don't think you should ever take field goal protection for granted. And I'm a little bit perturbed, if I'm a Packers fan, by that answer. I didn't get anywhere with Rich Bisaccia the way I chose to phrase the question. But and he definitely threw Jordan Morgan under the bus, because we know that he was the one who didn't use the right technique and got lifted. But what do you make of the fact that they focus a lot on punt protection and sometimes take field goal protection for granted?
Well, you practice punt protection a lot more. There's more moving parts. Field goal protection is basically you take your step and you brace and hold on for dear life. That's what this is. So you don't want to be doing a ton of live field goal protection because it's brutal. It's very physical. You figure out what you need to do, and for me, I usually played left guard or left tackle, because then you could step with your right foot, which, if you're a right tackle, that's usually the step so you would just always kind of hope. I would always hope, let's go on the right hash, because then all the pressure's going to come off the left side, and you're going to get blown up. Mike Wall was a wing, and he always knew if it was on that hash, you're going to get blown up. You have to this is one of those, you rep it. It's kind of like the tush push. It becomes kind of, you do take it for granted because it doesn't happen often. But you have to make sure you're dialed in, and this will be another, I would bet that they will focus and refocus and then refocus again on this. And I wouldn't be surprised if they move some people around that they think can anchor down and sit there better, because when you have that happen and it costs you a football game, typically the attention will crank up and you'll say, well, we're not having that happen again. So it's, again, what you do about it after it happens is what's important now, because that is in the bank. That is done. That's over. But you better learn from it.
All right, so we don't have to play this. I don't want to. In fact, this one is not worth our time, but I do want to talk about it. So Jordan Morgan is the one who is at fault on the block. Tucker Kraft also whiffed on the left wing.
That playing wing is no joke. You have to put your one arm here, and then you have, like, I completely I ripped my rotator cuff and labrum doing field goal protection. Like, you have to put your hand up, and you have to kind of hang inside, and then you have to keep an arm, because the guy to your outside has to step down and bring it, and they're here, and basically it's a game of Red Rover. Like, field goal protection is a physical, violent game of Red Rover. And you don't want anybody jumping over. You don't want anybody coming over. You don't want any penetration. And you don't want to make sure they keep their arms down. And how you do that is when they'll Jethro Franklin always drive up, drive up. And when they're going up, that's when you want to bop, because then their arms come down. And I don't know which player mentioned, I think it was the long snapper, Orzak, was mentioning that this dude is a field goal blocking menace.
Yeah, it's the 7th one.
You attack that dude. It's a hard thing to do. But you scout that, like Julius Peppers, when he was with the Bears. All right, dude's 6'8", he's a basketball player. You better make sure you get a body on him, because, if Mason or whoever was kicking would maybe not drive it exactly the right way, you're susceptible to getting it blocked. And that's just kind of how this goes. And they obviously, around the league, you saw a lot of leakage this week, and I'm sure that'll be a point of emphasis for all these special teams coaches.
So that was just a capper on a otherwise really bad day for Jordan Morgan. Now, I don't know what his practice schedule looked like, but Zach Tom lasts one snap, and instead of playing Anthony Belton, who played there against Washington and I thought was getting rave reviews from the Packers coaching staff, who trots out onto the field but 2024 first-round pick Jordan Morgan to play right tackle. Then Aaron Banks, your free agent signing of the offseason, suffers a groin injury. Matt LaFleur made it sound like it was a new groin injury, but he was on the injury report with ankle and groin injuries going in. Now, Jordan Morgan moves from right tackle to left guard, and in comes Anthony Belton at right tackle. And then the coup de grace, Shido and his undefeated prediction get cramps, and so he leaves for a couple of plays. So now your left tackle leaves. Anthony Belton goes from right tackle to left tackle. Jordan Morgan is still at left guard, who also, by the way...
And they brought Gooch back from the 2016 championship game, put him at right guard.
And now you got Ladarius Gunter covering Julio Jones. Now you've got Darian Kennard at right tackle. And, oh, by the way, the position that before, in the opener, Jordan Morgan had played, he was rotating at right guard. Can we just acknowledge, and Matt LaFleur kind of did, Jordan Morgan is not Zach Tom. He is not Elton Jenkins. He is not a jack of all trades.
We said that yesterday. I thought it was unfair. You're not putting Jordan Morgan in a position to succeed. I understand you want him to be versatile, and I think you probably feel pretty good about he's played guard, and he's played okay, right? He hasn't overtaken Sean Ryan.
No.
But I do think at some point, and this is where it is really tough, when you have your two highest paid guys and you don't know how much they can give you. You want them to go out there. They obviously made a mistake, and I don't think it's anybody's fault. I think Zach Tom wanted to play. I think he pushed to play, and I saw LaFleur kind of comment, it's one thing to practice, trust me. Doing a Friday practice and then thinking, oh, you know what, this isn't bad, because you're not going full speed.
Right.
And you're not anchoring full, and you're not having to strain. And especially if it's a back or if it's an oblique or if it's something you're like, you don't know until you know.
Yep.
And it would have been probably in everybody's best interest to sit another week and hope that everything heals up even that much better. And when you have that, then the domino starts falling. And as anybody that has played dominoes or set that little domino thing up, man, once that train gets moving, the domino train hit, and Cleveland's too dang good to have the domino train rolling. You needed to be solidified in a wall. And that wall was filled with dominoes yesterday, and the dominoes didn't hold up.
The domino train. What's that sound effect again? I like that. That was good.
What do you got, judgmental, Jesse?
Nothing.
Oh, okay.
Sounds like
so
dominoes.
Why'd you put yourself on camera?
It sounds like dominoes.
Don't put yourself on camera and then not say anything. That throws everything off.
I make facial expressions all the time on the camera without saying anything.
What are you, Jim Halpert?
Is this your first day around here?
Yeah. Were you making facial expressions this weekend, Tausch, when you got the results of your prize picks?
My prize picks, I think I said I had a good day, but not a great. I had an opportunity. Somebody let me down. I don't remember which player. Did I tell you yesterday who let me down?
Jacobs didn't get in the end zone.
Oh, yeah. Jacobs. 11 straight. Oh, my God. He is a touchdown maker, everybody tells me. He's not going to get in. He didn't get in, and Old T didn't win. I wasn't right, and I didn't get paid. But you know what? On Prize Picks, it is good to be right. Don't miss any of the excitement this season on Prize Picks, where it is good to be right, and it's simple to play. Pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections. If you get your picks right, you cash in. Prize Picks offers Venmo and Apple Pay, MasterCard, and more for quick and easy deposits into your account this football season. They also offer injury reboots. So if one of your players leaves, if I had Zach Tom for a certain amount of pancakes, I don't know if we have that on Prize Picks, so if we did, the injury reboot would have kicked in. Which players are going off? Which ones aren't? Turn your sports opinions into real cash on Prize Picks. Join the millions of users. Sign up today. Download the app. Use that code WI, great state of Wisconsin, to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That is code WI to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It is good to be right.
More Wilde Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
This is Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
This year, it just feels different.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
Listen to WTMJ as the Brewers make their charge to the postseason. Brewers playoff coverage is presented by the Neurospine Center of Wisconsin and featured by Annex Wealth Management, Boucher Automotive, and Delta Dental. We are the home of the Brewers. WTMJ.
Oh no, there's only seltzer left, and it's passionberry almond fruit? Who comes up with these? Kick the aluminum can to the curb and mix up a cocktail you actually want with Tito's. It tastes great, it's gluten-free, and it's available in a variety of sizes for your convenience. The flavor abilities are endless. Tito's Handmade Vodka, the official spirit of whatever you want to drink. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
WTMJ's John Mercure here. The Captain Mason Peer Outreach Project is here for you. Part of the mission is promoting the Live Today, Put It Away initiative, encouraging all veterans to practice safe firearm storage, use gun safes, lockboxes, and always store ammunition separately. Remember, your life is invaluable. Reach out, talk to someone, and let's promote safety in our veteran community. Together, we can make our community stronger and safer for everyone. 414-955-8910 or veteranpeeroutreach.org. Supported by the Sergeant Fox Grant and Veterans Outreach of Wisconsin.
When it comes to joint replacement, you want the best care available. The Orthopedic Surgery Center in Pewaukee is a leader in joint replacement, offering same-day surgery with advanced technology. Their team of experts specializes in knee, hip, and shoulder replacements, using the latest techniques to minimize pain and recovery time. The team at Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin can get you back to what matters, living pain-free. Total joint replacement. There is a difference. Visit orthowisconsin.com.
Packers fans, your next quick trip run could score you the ultimate win. Cruising into tailgate season in a brand new Chevy Silverado RST, or blazing the trails on a new Polaris Sportsman 570, or grilling like an MVP with your new Pit Boss Ultimate Liftoff Griddle. Whoa, every dollar you spend at Quick Trip with Quick Rewards earns you a point in the Packers fan zone. So come in and get winning. No purchase necessary. Full details at quicktrip.com/sweepstakes.
Hey, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Buying a roof, siding, or windows can feel overwhelming. Hidden costs, confusing contracts. We don't play that game. We educate you so you can decide. And when you know the facts, Infinity Exteriors is the clear choice. Since 1997, we've installed peace of mind with no surprise upcharges, flexible budgets, and immediate financing. Infinity Exteriors, saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
The UW Credit Union member Mark Tauscher here. People ask me, T, why did you join UW Credit Union? Well, is it to keep your banking local? Is it the member first service? Great perks like early payday? Absolutely. But honestly, between us, I mean, it's Bucky. I can't say no to that face. If you love Wisconsin like I do, you just can't pay with anything else. Fandom makes us do crazy things, but this just makes sense. Become a UW Credit Union member and get your Bucky card like me. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
Neck and back surgeries can be risky. Your spine deserves the best. That's why professional athletes choose Neurospine Center of Wisconsin. We can help you too. With the top nationally rated spine surgeons in the state for quality outcomes, you can trust the professionals at Neurospine Center of Wisconsin. Get a second opinion in just a few clicks. Now offered virtually throughout Wisconsin. Visit nscwi.com. Whether you want to get back into the game or just get back to life, go where the pros go. Neurospine Center of Wisconsin. Your spine health is our passion.
You're listening to Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Brian in the ESPN Madison YouTube comments. The next interview she does, he should say, Jason, when I made that comment, at the time, I had great confidence in my head coach's ability to call plays, particularly in close games. Obviously, I was mistaken.
That's a really good idea by whoever said that.
Brian B. in the YouTube comments. So, Brian, thank you for that. So I did want to get some answers from Matt LaFleur. Then we'll move on from the Matt LaFleur press conference show here in the 11 o'clock hour. But I appreciate that Matt LaFleur likes to take the blame for stuff. And sometimes he takes the blame because it is absolutely positively his fault. Now, Tausch, we did go back and forth with him. Bill Huber asked a couple times. Some other people did as well. But the idea of not throwing the ball at all in that scenario with the interception, which you made a very astute point about what could have been if you just punted and made them go 80 yards. Their offense didn't look like it was capable of doing that. So I asked Matt LaFleur about that thought process as well as Jordan Love's
polluted mindset
mistake that he made. I will say his answer was exactly what I anticipated it being, which was that he's trying to end the game with the offense. But here is how Matt LaFleur explained what happened on the interception.
Speaking of the interception, two things. One, given how well your defense was playing, was it a tough decision for you to call the pass versus running it?
It's 2020.
Right.
We're trying to be aggressive and try to, thought that was our best opportunity. Obviously, didn't work out that way. Something that you can't take back. All you can do is try to learn from it and try not to make the same mistake again.
I understand that you always take the blame for stuff. So once you've decided to make that call, whether you shouldn't have made it or not, you can beat yourself up about it. But what can Jordan do better so it doesn't end catastrophically the way it does?
Well, I always think that, one thing I always tell our quarterbacks is if we have a bad play, don't make a bad play worse. And, I will say in his defense, the guy did a nice job. Delpit did a nice job. You can see he's in man coverage, and he fell off the route. So he did something that we did not anticipate him doing. So he made a good play.
Is that a byproduct?
Look, should he have called a run
was
play?
Was that clown music playing in the background?
I don't know what that was.
What was that?
Jesse's.
My bad.
What are you doing over
I
there?
thought you were adding
No, that was a commercial for dog food or something. I have the ESPN Power Rankings up ready to go for our next segment, and I guess the tab unmuted.
Would you eat dog food?
I don't think you're supposed to do that.
No, but there's the fresh stuff now.
I still don't think
it's
you're
not
supposed
like
to
the
do
canned or the pellets, but there's fresh. They make it look like when they're selling it on TV, it looks good.
I hardly eat a lot of human food.
Really?
Well,
that sounded snarky. By
that
sounded really
I
snarky.
think I see what he meant by that.
He's.
I meant a variety of different things,
Jason
not the
drops 5
quantity of
pounds and
food
all of a
which
sudden
I
he's
like to eat.
Oh, come on.
Oh,
It's
here
just a
I am.
joke.
I'm walking
Johnny,
a
I don't
golf
even know
course
who's
twice a week.
He's
and
Gary
look at
Brecka,
me.
the health guru.
Yeah.
Jason
very
drops 5
nice.
pounds and he's Johnny Judgment over here.
40 pounds last year. Madison weight loss, no big deal. I got 5 this week.
Is that all you have to say?
I would not eat dog food. No, and I apologize for the dog food commercial in the background of Matt LaFleur's answer to your question.
Okay.
We need to get to those power rankings Tuesday because
What were you hoping? Like, what were you when you played that, Jason? What was
Yeah, we
what
didn't
popped out?
debrief
Now,
at
I didn't
all
mean to
from
like
it.
talk about dog food, but Jesse brought it up.
He did, yes, by playing it in the background. I thought it was interesting that he at least acknowledged don't make a bad play call worse, and that he did by throwing that ball. Like, again, I don't understand.
If he had to do it again, would he run the ball?
I think he would, yeah.
I don't think he would.
Hindsight's 20/20.
No, I think this is where I appreciate his aggressiveness. It is the new way in the NFL. We saw Dan Campbell do it last night on a 4th and 1.
Yeah.
Beautiful designed play, and Goff threw it right where he needed to, and Amon St. Brown made a great catch.
Throw.
So it was all good, but understanding what you need. Lamar Jackson is not Joe Flacco.
Mm-hmm.
Lamar Jackson in that offense, even with Detroit's defense playing somewhat good, you have to understand, you're going to give these guys 4 downs and not 3. That's why I understand where Matt is coming from on it, but it didn't matter. They were not going to go down 80 yards. They just weren't. And that's where I'd like to get an understanding of how do you rationalize that compared to the analytics that tell you to continue to push the aggressive envelope.
Mm-hmm.
Because analytics are always going to push to be more aggressive. Go for it on 4th down. Do this. And by the way, it works. It has become, I remember playing Madden and college football in college, and I'd always go for it on 4th down because it would work. And you get a 4th down, all of that stuff is great until it doesn't. But if I had a 2-score lead and I knew when I punted to Coach Eck and he had Nebraska and he was running the triple option, I knew he wasn't going to go down and score quick and I was going to end up winning the game. I would have punted. It's understanding time and flow of game.
Right.
And I don't sense that. I just don't like it when people are like, well, that's what the book said. Well, that's what analytics said. There's still some place in football for feel.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think that's not out there in a bunch of guys, attitudes on coaching.
So I would just say this because I thought of you when he answered the hindsight is 20/20 answer, and then I thought of you again last night watching Monday Night Football. Because you're kind of a Jared Goff hater, and
I gave him a lot of love last year. Now
and that throw on 4th down to Amon-Ra St. Brown to pick up that 1st down was big.
It was beautiful.
Time.
But what have I said about Goff? I've
that
said
if you get him off the spot and get him uncomfortable, he's not very good.
I said when he is in a clean pocket and play action pass, he is a really good quarterback. And when he's not, he's not. By the way, let's not start crowning him again. He is
I'm not crowning him.
I'm not denigrating him either. I'm saying what is fact to me. He is a really good quarterback when he's got Sean McVay and it's bing, 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 bing. And now he is an accurate thrower of the football, no doubt. But move him around and get, just like any quarterback, he is not a play extender. He is not somebody.
That's fair.
He is not somebody. You rattle him. How did he do against the G&G this year? When they rattled his cage and got him moving. Was he good?
No, he was not.
Thank you.
That did not look like the same team I saw on September 7th. Now, that's
because they pounded the ball down the throat.
Yeah. That said, but my other thought was exactly what you just said. You're going against an offense that's put up good points against you, has a 2-time NFL MVP in the prime of his career at quarterback, is very hard to tackle when he starts dancing around and extending plays or running. I did not have any problem with the Lions choosing and Dan Campbell choosing.
And that's his deal.
In that scenario.
Yep.
And in that scenario.
Sure. Matt LaFleur, I don't have one problem. If that same scenario was,
Correct.
you would have heard me say squat.
Yep.
I would have said exactly the right move. But Joe Flacco in an offense that couldn't move the ball all day, no, I'm sorry. That is not the same. You can't equate those two, and that's where
Precisely.
analytics, I don't know if analytics gets that right.
I tend to agree. I also agree with you on Jones Dairy Farm. They get it right all the time.
Oh, they do. Jones Dairy Farm, family owned and operated for 7 generations in Fort Atkinson since 1889. And everybody talks about eating clean, no fillers, no nitrates, MSG, gluten. Well, Jones Dairy has been doing it from the jump. Their original family recipe, pork, chicken, and turkey, and just natural seasonings. Oh, baby, it's the best. And bacon, life-changing. What makes it so special? It's dry-aged for up to 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Intense flavor worth the wait. Smoked with real cherry wood, hickory hardwood, never liquid smoke. We were down there, and it is as good as advertised. Got some fun videos up. Check those out. We got a couple more coming that are going to be really fun. A couple collabs. Some collabs with Jones
I love
Dairy.
a good
That's going to
collab.
be really fun. Find out more at jonesdairyfarm.com.
All right, I know Jesse's so eager to do the Power Rankings Tuesday that he hit the button and started playing a commercial in the middle of our conversation.
Was that Purina?
I don't know. And they don't serve ice cream.
Well, they're obviously
Fresh
on the
Pet
log.
doesn't either.
I mean, something's going on.
No, it was on the website.
It was on the
it wasn't on the log.
website. Yeah, it was a
Come on now.
pre-roll video thing.
Do dogs not eat ice cream? Dogs will eat ice cream, won't they?
And they've got their own kind of ice cream. Yeah, they do. I want to get to this before the end of the hour here. Sean in the ESPN Milwaukee YouTube comments. Love has become Goff when moved off the spot. We don't agree with that, do we?
No, I don't.
Has he not been as good when he's moved off the spot as you expect him to be, though?
I think
that's possible to argue.
Yeah,
maybe.
we could take a look at that. That's easy. That's where analytics come into play. Somebody pull up the stats. I don't have them, but somebody can pull them up. I don't have them. I'm not sure what you want me to say.
I don't know if he's good or not. I know.
Hey, you do have an entire firm that does this
How's
for you.
Goff out of the pocket? I don't know. I saw minicamp. I didn't see anything, so I don't know anything that's going on. I'm going to say this. I don't know what the stats are going to show. Jordan Love out of the pocket, I'll take 100 out of 100 times more than Jared Goff. I could promise you that.
Yeah, I would tend to agree. I just thought it was an interesting comment.
And in fairness, I'd take Lamar Jackson 100 out of 100 times over Jordan Love.
Yeah. We will kick off the 11 o'clock hour. I don't know. In 2 minutes, maybe 3 minutes, 6, 7 minutes, whatever it might be. It's Wilde Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
The power of friendship has spawned a memorable baseball season in Milwaukee. When you choose to work with Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, the relationship is more than what feels like having a friend. Pella honors trust and commitment on your behalf, before, during, and after the sale. And with this month's incredible deal, Gina Della from Pella is here to share why you shouldn't wait to order new windows and doors.
Order today and get 0% interest for up to 60 months. Set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. Ends 9/30/2025.
Kyle Brust-Nortman's Ben Brust here for Grimal and Associates Insurance. They do what anyone with a growing family, like myself, does. Protect what matters most. Grimal and Associates specializes in coverage that's tailored exactly to you. Clients aren't just policies. They're part of their community. Personalized American Family Insurance back service, expert guidance, and genuine commitment. Grimal and Associates focuses on building trusted relationships and providing peace of mind. The same values they've had for over 30 years in the Milwaukee area. Connect with Grimal and Associates at teamgrimal.com.
It's time for the Milwaukee Baseball Report on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by National Liquor Mart. Packed with the best beer, liquor, seltzer, and spirits deals in town. Located at 16th and National in Milwaukee. Open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily, where your satisfaction is their plan of action.
While the Brewers dropped 2 out of 3 games to the Cardinals in St. Louis this past weekend, the Reds' 4-game sweep over the Chicago Cubs gave the Brewers the NL Central title. Here's what manager Pat Murphy had to say about clinching the division.
To clinch the division is really special. We didn't play great this weekend by any means, but these guys have been limping. We've had a ton of adversity, and I'm just proud as heck to be part of that group because they're winners, and they've proven it, and no one thought they could.
The Brewers will now head to San Diego to take on the Padres for their last road series of the year.
This has been the Milwaukee Baseball Report on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by National Liquor Mart.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen. Tune into the Rich Eisen Show weekdays from 12 to 2, right here on 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
O'clock hour of Wilde Tausch, which will include trivia, Whoa Nelly, but more importantly, without further ado, since Jesse was very eager to play this, it's time now for this week's NFL Power Rankings.
Very exciting week of the Power Rankings, guys. Here's why. None of the teams in the top 10 are in the same position that they were ranked last week. Everyone has moved at least one spot, up or down, in the top 10 of ESPN's NFL Nation Power Rankings, the official power rankings of record of Wilde and Tausch.
You know what I didn't understand about Sunday? Why would the Eagles-Rams game not be like a big boy window?
Instead of Chiefs-Giants on Sunday Night Football?
Or any of it.
Or just in the afternoon.
Or the noon.
Make it
like
a 325, yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, it would have been
And
nice.
What are they doing?
It's a good question.
It's a good game.
It's a great
I
question.
would much rather watch that than Cowboys-Bears.
Like the Cowboys, I'm sorry, they're going to be completely irrelevant. They are.
Like Mr. Irrelevant.
You know, something like that.
So, Tausch, would you like to guess the top 10, the top 5, however many you would like to guess this week for the
first
ESPN
off, I want to
Power
guess where
Rankings?
Green Bay's at.
All right, go ahead.
So
and do
where
that
was
first.
Green Bay last week?
Well, let me just pull the computer over here.
I think they were 3.
Last week.
Let's hear about some dog food while we're at
Last
it.
week, the Green Bay Packers were number 3 in the
Okay.
power rankings.
I'm going to say they're at 6. I think they dropped 3 slots. Sound right?
Did Jason look at the answers already?
Oh, I don't know. I would doubt. He's playing a game. He's not going to cheat.
Well, actually,
Philadelphia's 1.
it's not
Buffalo's
playing a
2. Yes or no?
All right, Philadelphia is number 1. That is correct. Buffalo is number 2.
Yeah.
That is correct. You're 2 for 2.
So 3, San Diego / LA.
The Los Angeles Chargers are number 4. Number 4.
Tampa?
Tampa Bay Buccaneers are number 6.
Well, then Green Bay can't be 6.
That's correct, yeah.
Green Bay's 5 then.
That is correct. The Green Bay Packers in at number 5 in this week's
So who's
rankings.
3? Who am I missing?
A big one. You were just talking about him.
I don't know. Who was I just talking about?
The Detroit Lions, after their Monday night win, are number 3.
I got a real hard time with that.
And why?
I got a hard time. Did you all watch when Green Bay played Detroit? Anybody watch that?
I did. Yeah, we both did. We all did. We all watched.
So, what? Like, it's one thing if you want to say, well, Tampa played a softer schedule. I can understand, even though they're 3-0.
Sure.
Green Bay catawamped Detroit.
Catawamped.
Detroit had a great win last night, and their offense looks good. You know when their offense didn't look good?
When they played the Packers.
And I'm guessing it won't look quite as good against the old Brownies this weekend either. So, I get it, man, and I know you love this, Jesse. That doesn't make any sense to me. Like Detroit is, as I've said, even when Green Bay catawamped them, I said Detroit's going to be there.
What is that word?
Detroit's a really good football team, and I think they are not going anywhere. They're going to be in the mix. I think they're going to end up finishing second. They'll end up with a 5 seed, and that's where I see this thing going.
Are you thinking of things that are cattywampus, and you're saying that they catawamp?
I think that's where he's going. Maybe.
Let me ask you guys this: instead of being critical, which I have no problem, you can be.
We're not being critical. No. I don't understand what you're saying.
Learn a new word.
No, you don't know what I mean when I say that the Lions got catawamped. What do you think that means? Use some context clues.
They were defeated. In competition
in a mauling way. It wasn't like some fluky, spooky, blah, blah, blah. They were catawamped or cattywampus or however you want to put it. Throttled,
all right,
beaten into the dirt, dominated, crushed.
Okay, all right, okay. It's a phrase that I know exists.
They were Charlie checked down. You see any of what we saw last night? They didn't do any of that against the G&G.
Dinky Dunky Dunkarooski.
3 straight games.
Scoopy-Doo.
3 straight games, you know what every team has went to against the G&G?
Dinky
Dunky Dunkarooski.
Yeah.
That is what teams... Bill Walsh's offense, all these great offenses, you know what? Jeff Hafley's defense turns you into Dinky Dunky Dunkarooski. Who's the running back for the Cowboys this week? Javonte...
Williams, yeah.
I'm going to go more.
Or
I don't even. I'm not even going to look what the Prize Picks projections. CeeDee's out. Their running back's going to have 6 catches. It's dinky dunky dunky. It's just what this does.
Williams has 43 carries for 227 yards. That's a 5.3 yard average.
How many catches?
And 3 touchdowns.
Their left guard's out.
He has 13 receptions.
He might have 13 in this game. He might break Old Boy's record from the first week. 13 catches for less than the yardage that Gibbs got.
By the way, the Dallas Cowboys passing or receiving statistics, Jake Ferguson, who I don't know if he came up last night during the Barry Alvarez show. I don't know if you know this, but he's Barry Alvarez's grandson. Leads them with 27 receptions.
Yeah, he's fantasy tight end 1.
CeeDee Lamb, he can't be fantasy tight end 1. He doesn't have any touchdowns. CeeDee Lamb
fantasy
having a good year.
So don't take my word for it. I'm fine with that. I don't know. 27 catches, a lot of catches in 3 games now.
CeeDee Lamb, I agree with that. Yes.
Barry did go down to Soldier Field to watch him this weekend, by the way, as probably was expected, but they had a fun time in Chicago. Thought I'd share.
Glad to hear that. CeeDee Lamb, 16. George Pickens and Javonte Williams with 13 apiece. So they already have their running back pretty well involved, to Tausch's point, in the passing game. I think he's right. He'll get more. And then Turpin has 8 catches.
Turpin's a player. He's showing up a little bit.
He's going to get some passes.
No, it's going to be Dinky Dunky. Dak, Dinky, Dunky, Dookie, whatever I want to call it.
Dookie?
It's going to be a Dookie day for Dallas. I'm already. I know Matty Hayes is going to put out that. Give us the scores. I'm thinking about throwing, and this might be. Can I prelude this?
Sure.
I'm thinking between a 50 and a 60 burger.
What?
That's what I'm thinking right now. Yeah.
You're predicting a 60.
No, I don't know. I don't know if I'll go that crazy. I think LaFleur will call off the dogs, but yeah, I think we're going to see a 50 burger.
Cattywampus.
That team is bad. That defense is bad.
They're not very good.
They need Micah back. That's what they need. Jerry Jones, how about that? What are you going to do with those Packer picks? Well, we're going to try to get an impact player. Genius.
Should trade for Micah Parsons. All right, so Jesse, usually there is a attached topic to the power rankings.
There is one this week.
What did Rob Domofsky write about?
What is the Packers' biggest issue on defense?
No turnovers or limited amount of turnovers.
Oh, you're good.
Is that what it is?
You and Bold Bob, 2 peas in a pod. Yep.
No. Well, for as great as they're playing, yeah, there has not been enough impact plays.
2. McKinney had an interception, which was essentially a punt at the end of the first half of the Browns
actually
game.
Shouldn't have caught it.
Shouldn't have caught it, right?
Yeah.
Padding the stats.
So that and the Evan Williams pick are the 2
Evan
turnovers.
Williams is a great pick now.
this year. Yeah.
Influenced by Micah Parsons, who the Dallas Cowboys felt it was a smart move to trade. All right, we need to get to trivia. Jesse, what is today's category? Because it's Tuesday, but we didn't play
I think it's
yesterday.
Jesse's viral moments.
That would be good. Maybe we'll do that later this week. I'll get a couple more.
Like when he gets sick because he stayed out too late drinking Coors Lights with the crew.
Wasn't quite as viral as yesterday, but have a pretty good couple of days in a row here. Since we didn't play trivia yesterday, we were busy taking calls and reacting to the Packers.
You're not doing a weekend recap on Tuesday.
Sure are. The sports weekend recap on a Tuesday. Recycled from me. I don't think I even update. Oh, I did update one of the questions.
Well done.
Yep.
Way to go.
Thank you.
Thank you. What caller would you like?
I was too busy watching my tweet views go up and up and up. I didn't have time to update these. Caller 5. Packers are number 5 in the power rankings this week. Caller 5.
Caller 5 right now, 844-770-3776. 844-770-3776. Caller 5 right now plays trivia next. It's Wilde Tausch.
This is
This is Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance. Greg Matzek, Gary Ellerson, the day after reaction show you need in your life.
Who benefits the most from Micah Parsons being on the field? Secondary. Keyshawn Nix.
It's Potawatomi Sportsbook Football Mondays with Greg and Gary.
If you're a quarterback, you've got to get the football out of your hands before you really want to do it. I mean, everybody's getting their wealth with this, but to me, I think it's really the guys in the secondary.
Live from the Potawatomi Sportsbook Studios from 6 to 8 p.m. every Monday on 94.5 ESPN.
Ready to watch the Packers like a VIP? Cousins Subs put you in the center of it all on the 50-yard line in plush recliner seats, complete with personal TVs and your favorites delivered from Cousins Subs. 2 pairs of fans are selected before each regular season home game to enjoy this one-of-a-kind experience. Enter daily to win the best seats in the house, only from Cousins Subs. Cousins Subs. We believe in better. See rules and eligibility for details.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here, and the Pickler Menominee Falls is now open. Your home for pickleball. 9 premium indoor courts with unlimited play, leagues, tournaments, and clinics all included in your membership. Sign up today for open play spots or check out Learn to Play sessions and clinics. Members get 4 clinics a month included. Memberships start at just $119 a month. Check out all the options at thepickler.com. That's PICKLR.com. And I'll see you on the court.
This is Matt Meitner, owner of Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Do you find yourself talking to your dog but feel like she's not listening to you?
Bella, sit!
Are you constantly repeating yourself but she's not following your directions?
Sit! Sit!
Frustrating, isn't it? At Sit Means Sit Dog Training, we want to help you have a happy, confident, and obedient dog, and we also want to make the training process an enjoyable and worthwhile experience. Contact Sit Means Sit today to schedule a free consultation so we can create a customized training program so you are able to have the dog you want and deserve.
Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Sorry, we don't train husbands, wives, or kids.
Hi, I'm attorney David Gruber. After an accident, you need a trusted winning team on your side. For more than 30 years, Gruber Law Offices has helped Wisconsin families get the results they deserve. If you've been injured, call our firm today for a free consultation. We're available 24/7. Wisconsin's own Gruber Law Offices, proud partner of your Milwaukee Brewers. One call, that's all.
Hey sports fans, looking to level up your next private event? V Private Bar Services is your game changer. Move beyond the ordinary. V Private Bar Services crafts custom cocktails tailored to your brand and your guests' taste. Imagine a bar experience that's as unique as your business. Our expert mixologists will create a memorable experience that your clients and team will rave about. From signature cocktails to full-service bars, we've got you covered. Be the MVP of your next event. Visit vprivatebar.com to book today.
Hi, I'm Brittany Miller from Big Frog Custom T-Shirts and more. Custom T-shirts, sweatshirts, jackets, hats, you name it, we can do it. Big Frog Custom T-Shirts and more is family owned and all about celebrating life's big moments. Maybe it's a milestone birthday, a celebration for your child's first goal, or that work fundraising event. We are everyone's printer. No minimum orders, affordable designs, and help straight from me and our team. We're the one-stop shop for all your custom needs. Start your project today at bigfrog.com/Mequon.
Looking to heat up a career in HVAC?
Dick & Trough Heating and Cooling in Milwaukee is now hiring HVAC installers and service technicians. Family owned and operated, Dick & Trough offers competitive wages, a 401k match, health insurance benefits, and a winning, positive team culture that sets them apart. This is more than a job. It's a chance to grow with a company that truly values its people. Apply now to become their newest team member at dickandtrough.com. Dick & Trough Heating and Cooling. Come see the difference. Apply at dickandtrough.com.
You're listening to Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
That we can bring some happiness into this guy's life, because the football team that he cheers for is the Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins aren't very good. Hopefully, trivia goes well for him. Presented by Cousin Subs.
Wilde and Tausch Trivia is presented by Cousin Subs. Crispy chicken tenders are now available at Cousin Subs. Order today in store at cousinsubs.com or with the Cousins app. Cousin Subs, we believe in better.
Let's welcome him in. He is Jesse's lunch date, like Kenny Banya getting soup with Seinfeld. It is Mike the Wedding DJ. Mike, good morning. How are you?
You think Packer fans are upset at what Love did on Sunday? Dolphin fans see Tua do that 2 out of every 3 games. He did that against Buffalo to cost them a chance last Thursday night for a massive upset. He did it against New England to cost them the victory in that game. He does it all the time. Both guys are making the same amount of money, and they're both grossly overpaid. But at least Love doesn't do it very often. Thank God for Packer fans. But Tua sucks.
And so does Ed Helms.
All right, let's give him 3 entries and move it along.
Tua sucks.
That's kind of where Mike's at.
Mike, the sports weekend recap on a Tuesday because Jesse was too lazy to do fresh
True or
trivia.
false? The Dolphins suck. True. You give him an entry.
True.
There you go.
Ding, ding.
Fire Mike
Tua's
McDaniel.
overpaid. True or false? True.
True.
Got it.
True, false, or I don't know. Question number 1 is this. Pat McAfee ended ESPN's College Game Day on Saturday morning by jumping off the highest level diving board into a pool on the campus of which school? Was
Miami
it
of Florida. Miami of Florida.
There you go.
Was it Miami, USC, or UW Whitewater? Jesse.
That Miami team is actually good.
Yeah, the Canes are rolling down there. All right, Mike, which NFL team scored the fewest points in Week 3? Was it the Dolphins?
The Falcons got shut out by the Carolina Panthers.
Okay.
You know, I was kind of torn about that question because technically, if you're asking who scored the fewest points, Atlanta didn't
score any.
Yeah,
it would have been tricky.
No, that's not how that works, and you know.
Well, you can't score 0. Like, you just have
they
0.
just did score 0.
They tried to score and they failed, so they didn't score any. Question 3, Mike. Given the role you're on, do you even want the question?
Fire Fickle. Oh, that's not the question. Okay.
Oh, Nelly! You're spoiled rotten.
He is on it today, huh?
Entering the final week of the Major League Baseball season, which of these teams would be in the 2025 MLB postseason if the season ended right now at this very second? So 2 of these 3 teams would not be in the postseason. Is that correct, Jesse?
That's correct. We're looking for the one who
would
is.
be if the season ended right this very second. Is the team that would be in the playoffs the Houston Astros, the New York Mets, or the Cleveland Guardians?
Wow. Boy, that's a great question. Jesus.
Let's see.
The Astros and Guardians are both in the playoffs as of right now. It's not the Mets. I know the Mets is not the answer. They're not in.
Good deductive reasoning so far.
But the Guardians and Astros have the same record.
Who's got the tiebreaker?
So. Oh, wait a minute. Are you kidding me?
Kind of a cattywampus situation.
Tough.
Wait a minute. Is Jesse pulling a tiebreaker
It
in?
seems like he might be.
So, okay, well, I'm just going to have to guess that the Astros beat the Guardians more than they have won the season series because the Guardians stunk until the last 5 weeks of the season. So I'm going to say the Astros are in.
I got a hunch somebody's going to be angry here.
The Boona Bar.
Oh, what?
I don't think Mike's going to be too happy about
the Boona Bar.
What?
The correct answer is indeed the Cleveland Guardians, who've won do they have a George Webb location there? They've won a ton of games, right?
They've gotten real hot down the stretch, yes. So they are just barely behind the Tigers for the division lead. And they have officially, with the tiebreaker, bounced the Houston Astros as of this morning.
That's despicable, as Barry Alvarez would say.
That is despicable.
Dirty pool, Jesse. Dirty pool.
The Boona Bar. Go Boona Bar. All right, so the bad news is you got the third one wrong. The good news is you got the first 2 right. So, Mike, you've won more than the Dolphins have. You have
the Packers.
You have 3 of the possible 4 entries into Friday's drawing. Keep an eye on the Guardians, see how their playoff push continues. Thanks for the call. Thanks for playing. We appreciate you.
Love you guys.
I love you guys.
Mike.
The Boona Bar.
Classic Mike.
That was a despicable question, though.
That was tough. You're going to tiebreakers
He's a
now.
tiebreaker.
Hey,
on the
as Brewers fans, we got to know who's in the playoffs. We got to watch this push this week.
In the AL?
Absolutely, we do,
that?
Jason.
Hey, worry about the game that's in front of you,
Yeah,
Cheeto Nelson.
I'm not saying worry about who's in the American League
You just
playoffs.
literally said we got to worry about who's in the playoffs.
Just said
All right,
that.
so let me rephrase then. As Brewers fans, it's good to be knowledgeable about the teams who are in the playoff picture. I'm not saying we need to start thinking about having any conversations about who we want to face out of the American League.
I
But
really would like if we'd stop saying, I'm not saying, and we need to have a conversation about. It is such a hedge.
It is.
Do you understand? I'm doing it because that's been the theme of our Brewers season.
I don't know if that's what you're doing, but
Well, I'll say this. Brian Daboll is not hedging. Close personal friend of Mark Tauscher. They've shared the red carpet at celebrity events.
We have.
They've ridden together in a
Jackson
limousine,
Dart.
or maybe not that.
No.
Russell Wilson. Wilson is being replaced by number 2 overall pick. Or no, maybe he wasn't picked that high. He's just the number 2 quarterback. I checked that. Jackson Dart. Jackson Dart is your new starting quarterback for the New York Giants. Tausch, your thoughts on your close personal friend, Russell Wilson?
Wilson's had a really nice career, but I think Dayball's trying to save his job, and this is the way to do it. So we'll see how it goes.
It is time for Jackson Dart. It is also time for Whoa Nelly, which we'll play next. It's Wilde Tausch.
Wilde Tausch is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here with a refreshing offer for a bath or shower remodel from Kohler Services. Well, this month only, get $1,000 off your Lugstone shower remodel and 0-interest financing for 12 months. My new buddy Chris from Oostburg is one of their skilled installers who demos your existing bath or shower, removes it, and disposes it before installing your brand new dream shower. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com to request your free quote with fast professional installation always included. Again, that's KohlerServicesWI.com.
Kyle Brust-Nortman's Ben Brust here for Grimal and Associates Insurance. They do what anyone with a growing family, like myself, does. Protect what matters most. Grimal and Associates specializes in coverage that's tailored exactly to you. Clients aren't just policies, they're part of their community. Personalized American Family Insurance back service, expert guidance, and genuine commitment. Grimal and Associates focuses on building trusted relationships and providing peace of mind. The same values they've had for over 30 years in the Milwaukee area. Connect with Grimal and Associates at teamgrimal.com.
It's Jason Wilde from Wilde Tausch. Upgrade your industrial supply services with Lakeland Supply, your trusted ISO certified partner for custom packaging, shipping supplies, janitorial, and safety supply solutions. With over 40 years of industry excellence, Lakeland Supply is a proven one-stop source with over 95% of their products made in the U.S., and they treat their customers like family. Personalized service with a national reach. That's what Lakeland Supply does. Visit LakelandSupply.com to discover how they can make your business better.
This is Kevin Moret from Mentality. Every day is a silent competition, and with testosterone dropping 1% annually, you're fighting an uphill battle. Your colleagues notice when you lose your edge, your partner senses when your confidence wavers, and without addressing low T, you're set up to fail. No willpower can overcome this hormonal deficit. Mentality's FDA-approved treatments have shown a 30% increase in testosterone levels. Don't let low T define you. Reclaim your power at mentalityhealth.com/radio. That's mentalityhealth.com/radio.
Think about it. You take thousands of steps every day. Shouldn't every single one of them feel amazing? Well, with Arch Fit hands-free Skechers slip-ins, they can. Skechers teamed up with podiatrists to design a shoe that provides amazing arch support for all-day comfort. And best of all, you get all this comfort, stability, and support with the ease of Skechers slip-ins technology. Just slip them on. There's no bending down and no struggling to tie your shoes. Just step in and go. Try Arch Fit hands-free Skechers slip-ins at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever comfortable footwear is sold.
Hey, want to hear something great? Right now at Wendy's, you can get 2 of the #1 selling bacon cheeseburger in all fast food, the JBC, plus medium fries and a medium soft drink for just $8. Want to hear something else great? Double the burger means double the bacon. Now that's a game changer. 2 of the #1 bacon cheeseburgers with fries and a drink for just $8. Gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only. U.S. price and participation may vary. Request $8 JBC meal deal to obtain discount. Individual items at regular price.
Grand slams and walk-offs. If you haven't jumped on the bandwagon by now, what are you waiting for? Siding Unlimited is Milwaukee's very own national champions. That's right, Siding Unlimited installs windows, and we do it really well, earning the prestigious Pella Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year award 5 times. New windows? Our expert team will deliver on a smooth, hassle-free installation, making you feel proud of calling Siding Unlimited for your window project. What's the next step? Call 262-567-4513 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Game Night Show for Events by Design. Events like appreciation parties and retreats can go a long way towards boosting morale and retaining top talent. Events by Design is your go-to creative partner for employee events that truly make an impact. They help leaders retain top talent by making their people feel seen, valued, and celebrated. The creative team at Events by Design does all the planning and production, making sure things not only look great, but also work. Make a smart investment in your culture today. Search online, Events by Design. They design, you party.
You're listening to Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Sit down together and laugh with each other about these days. All our troubles we'll lay to rest and we wish we could come back to these days.
Wow. Look at that clock management here. Great opportunity for an extended cut of Whoa Nelly.
If the topic is good, the guys discuss.
Just the other morning I had breakfast at Tracy Rocker's house. His mama brought out 15 flapjacks. He said, Mama, take back 5 of them flapjacks. I gotta stay hungry for the Crimson Tide.
But if it's not, the show must go on. It's time for
Whoa, Nelly!
On Wilde Tausch.
So, Beck and I are going on a little mini vacation this weekend. And it might be a scam.
A scamcation.
Mm-hmm. A couple of months ago, she saw a deal online.
Oh, boy.
That you pay for a U.S. mystery vacation. Everyone pays the same amount, $150 a person. That covers airfare to and from, plus 2-night hotel. Pretty good deal. You pick the dates, you pick the city you're going to fly out of, and they give you a number of hub cities.
You pick the city you fly out of. And you have no idea what city you're flying to.
And then they call you the next day, and they say, congratulations, you're going to blank. And then they say about a few weeks before your trip, we'll give you the hotel and flight details. And make sure you're there at the right times. And congratulations, you're going on a vacation.
Wait, so are you telling me that right now at this moment you don't know what city you're going to?
We do. So we booked this. It was maybe August, maybe at the latest or at the earliest it was late July. I think it was closer to like late August we booked it. And within 2 days, I think they called and said, you're going to our destination.
Do you think everybody that signs up gets in?
Yes.
These are all the questions that I've answered from my parents and from Becca's parents and
worst
people in our office.
So worst case scenario, you're out $300
and murder.
Yeah, worst case.
Well, yeah.
I mean, that might be worst. Yeah.
Okay.
No, we have everything looks like it's all set to go.
Sure.
Copacetic.
So
cattywampus.
If you were going on a mystery vacation to somewhere in the United States, flying out of Chicago, where would you hope that you would draw?
So wait, you picked Chicago as your flyout?
Yeah, because Milwaukee wasn't an option, or Madison. So Chicago was the closest hub city to fly out of.
That opens up more possibilities.
And it's continental U.S. I'm sure they're not flying you to Hawaii for $150.
Correct. Yeah, Alaska, Hawaii, not part of it. Yeah.
Charleston, South Carolina.
That is where I wanted to go.
Okay.
Because that's
great city.
South Carolina.
Of all the cities in the United States, you were hoping that the mystery city was Charleston?
For this time of year.
For 2 days, yeah.
For 2 days.
Yeah, it could be great.
Somewhere you've
never been. You don't want to
been.
fly all the way to California you're going to be in a plane for half the time. Yeah, you want to keep it tight.
And
plus, you could maybe even get an SEC game. It's Columbia, but
Coastal Carolina, you could go see.
Oh, yeah.
Chanticleers, yeah.
That's what I was going to say.
For me, I would probably pick, I have not been or I have not spent a ton of time. I would pick Austin, Texas to go to. Like if I was doing this, which I don't think I would, but if I did, Austin, Texas
Keys
would be where it would be.
Well, you don't. You do understand. You don't pick the destination.
I understand.
They pick for you. Okay.
But you just asked us to pick.
Yes. Austin was on the board.
Is there a thing that they could at least say, these are the cities I don't want to go to?
So, no. But they do rule out, like, we weren't going to go to Chicago to fly to Minneapolis. There's a certain, like, distance that they won't send you to from the hub city.
What airline is this?
I don't know. I forgot what we're flying on. I mean, I could look it up if you want me to, but...
No. All right. So, I would like to answer with Savannah, Georgia. Would be my answer.
Like that's a big difference. That you're like ripping him about Charleston.
Well, no,
I'm literally the same city,
basically.
No, I was going to say San Diego, but Tausch made a great point about how long the flight would be. So then I had to change my answer. I would also like to retract my criticism of
the
Charleston, South Carolina.
Don't see that a lot in today's day and age.
Because you are right. I thought this was a no-brainer, San Diego. That was going to be my answer, and you convinced me otherwise.
Okay.
And Paula and the girls went to Savannah, Georgia, and Tybee Island and Jekyll Island, and they loved it. So I changed my answer. But I wanted to say San Diego, because that's where everyone should go on vacation. It's always 75 degrees
beautiful.
and sunny every day there. But you convinced me. Too much of a flight for a short vacation, which will have Jesse missing more days of work. So my only question before you reveal where you're going is, do they give you a list of like 50 possibilities?
Yes.
Or is it you have zero idea?
So
you could be going to Cleveland for all you know.
Yes, in the fine print, Cleveland was not one of the options. I think Detroit was, though.
You love Detroit.
I do. That's fantastic, but they wouldn't send us there from Chicago. Yes, so they do provide, I think it's 40 major U.S. cities in the continental United States.
Is Milwaukee one of them?
No.
Okay.
A lot of the usual spots that you would expect. So, I mean, Seattle, Boston, as far as like further north, New York City.
I'm going to Boston.
Portland was in the mix.
Okay.
But then you get the Phoenix, Austin, Houston, Dallas, all the usual spots you would expect.
Okay.
Okay, so it's going to be none of those, or he went to set it.
Correct. I was just thinking the same thing.
I think he's going to Fort Myers.
He's going to Atlanta.
Where did Becca want to go?
Great question.
And who thought of this? Is this Becca's idea or yours?
She saw it online and thought it would be a great idea and basically signed us up for it. I said,
it does seem fun.
I think it is. I actually, the more I'm hearing this, it is unique.
If it goes well, I would consider doing this a lot.
There's no way this is going to go well. You're not going to have a hotel. I'm fairly certain you're going to have a one-way flight.
In a conference
room.
You're
going to end up having to pay $700 to fly back one way. This is, maybe this will be the one time in life that you don't get what you pay for. Maybe this will be the one thing. You're getting a great trip for 2 days, airfare and hotel.
Yeah, for
$150. You can't get a hotel for $150 now. So kudos to you guys.
Great deal, right?
Where are we going?
So think about it. The reason this deal exists is because there are pockets on the schedule where cities that attract whatever different people have extra hotel rooms available.
You're going to Vegas.
Not Vegas. I would have loved to go to Vegas. It's not Vegas. That was one of the options.
So, I'm fascinated by this now.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm all in on this. So, because I'm trying to figure out where they make the money on this.
Not
I'm
LA.
very intrigued. Salt Lake City.
Not Salt Lake City was an option.
Denver.
Not Denver.
Okay.
Okay.
This is like, why don't you just tell me?
What is a popular vacation destination?
Orlando.
Yep.
So you guys going to do Disney?
We are going to go to Epcot on Sunday, and we're going to do the around the world deal.
I assume that's not included.
No, that's a bonus. We're going to pay for that, which is pretty much as much as the entire trip costs.
That's going to eat up your...
No, it'll be more than the entire trip
We're
costs.
gonna go to Epcot. We're gonna do the around the world thing on Sunday, and then go find a spot to watch Packers Cowboys at night somewhere in Orlando.
Well, they got
And
fireworks.
then you fly
do
back
fireworks
Monday?
at night.
Well, I don't know if we're
fireworks.
going to do the whole Disney park experience. Like, we're going to go Epcot. I don't know if we're going to do the rest of them.
I think Epcot's the one that fires the fireworks.
They are. They got the thing that goes on out in the moat or the boat, whatever that is.
Well, then I guess we're going to do more digging into
I'm
this
sure
tonight.
they
This
got
is
places
fun. When
to
you
watch the
initially
game.
said this sounds crazy.
Yeah.
It's fun.
So
I think I think you're going to have some stuff come up that you are not going to be happy about, though.
Fair. So were you pleased when you learned your destination?
No, I was not. We just flew to Orlando when we went on our cruise last January. So, like, of all the places that we were like, let's go on a mystery vacation and go experience something new, and it's literally the last place we flew to. So, not particularly thrilled with the destination.
Direct flight, though.
A direct flight from Chicago. It'll be nice weather. Our flight is early Saturday, and then we fly out a little bit later on Monday. So you get you basically get 2/3 of a day Saturday, Monday, and then obviously the full day Sunday. So
I'm assuming you're going to definitely take off Monday.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I will be.
You already let me know,
waking up in Florida Monday. I might be off Tuesday too. I think. I forgot if I submitted that one or not. So I'm gonna go check the tape.
I think it's fun. I love it. I think it's great.
And hopefully we, have a hotel room and our luggage arrives and we don't get scammed out of $150 a piece.
Let me tell you something right now. For 2 days, don't check a bag. Go get 2 big backpacks and live your life. Don't check a bag. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Because that's also going to increase the cost, right? You're going to have to pay for the check
Probably
bag.
$300 a bag. That's how they get you.
Yeah.
This was really fun.
Lord knows what airline this is. No, this is fun. I think had we not had, I don't know if I'd do this, but it's a fun idea. Because at this point in my life, I want to go where I want to go. But
right. But that was like
kudos to you guys. I love it.
We had talked about if we wanted to do a little weekend trip somewhere, and we couldn't decide. San Antonio is somewhere I've wanted to go that I haven't been. Charleston.
Riverwalk.
Or South Carolina in general. Becca's been there a lot. I have never been there, so I would like that.
Yep.
Some of the other major cities that we haven't been to together.
Nolens would be good. We spent a good time down in Nolens. Yeah.
So this is what we drew, and it's not exactly what we anticipated, but I think we're gonna have fun. So that's that.
All right.
Great story, Jesse.
Fun little concept.
That was. I cannot wait for Wednesday when you finally are back on the show.
I don't know if if you're getting a ticket for $150
and the hotel, and what kind of hotel is it?
There might be 72 connections, and he might end up. Lord knows where he's gonna. But for that, Lord knows what's gonna happen here.
I don't know if the hotel chain sells ice cream, but they're open on Thanksgiving and Christmas and 4th of July and Memorial Day.
Aren't most hotels open?
Yeah.
You guys are not following and playing the game here.
What is it?
What do all those days have in common?
Oh, they're holidays.
Yes. Oh. There you go. Thanks for playing.
Oh, you get free breakfast.
You guys gotta try to keep up around here.
The delivery not great there. Did you have anything else other than your travel plans
we
for
get
your
Nick Bosa's out for the year. The 49ers keep winning, but they keep losing players. The Ravens are 1-2, and they blow fourth quarter leads like nobody's business. What do you want to talk about?
I'll bet you right now that the Ravens go further than the Niners this year. Well, it's not some hot take. So anybody that knows ball is going to say that.
I would tend to agree, but nevertheless, they are 1-2, and I think they have another tough one. Don't they have the Chiefs this week now?
Yeah, they'll beat the Chiefs. Chiefs aren't very good.
Okay. That has been Whoa, Nelly. We eagerly await Jesse's safe return from Orlando. The hotel part is what...
Dale and
the
West
hotel's
Bend.
going to be fine.
Dale and West Bend texted, enjoy your real estate seminar.
Oh, do you have to do one of those?
No.
Are you sure?
No.
What's in it for this company that's sending you there for $300?
I think
where's the profit?
My understanding is it's a deal with the hotels where, a pocket of the schedule, like Orlando. Families are going to go there.
Stop talking about pocket schedules. Like Johnny Tourism over here. Oh, there's a pocket here. What the hell are you talking about?
Take Chicago as an example. People may come to Chicago in the summer to go, to Lollapalooza and Cubs games and things like that. In the winter, when it's worse weather, there may not be that many people who go. So, with the extra hotel rooms that are left, they give it to this, company that then sells the cheap, trip. So
Jesse Expedia over here.
Yeah, so that they'd rather make
Expedia.
They'd rather make a little bit of a profit than no profit at all with the extra rooms that would go unused.
Sure.
So that's what.
Hey man, kudos to y'all. Have fun.
Safe travels, and we look forward.
Got a hunch you're going to be in Chicago for 5 days. This is what I think is going to happen here. So hopefully you get some good popcorn and you
all middle
go
seats.
Check out a Cubs game. And they'll be in the wild card. So yeah, who knows?
All right, that is Whoa Nelly. We will wrap things up next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance. All day, every day. The Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you.
First off, there is not one team that's on the fringe that scares me.
800-990-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Let's get the latest from Lambeau. This is your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Z-Bart of Greater Milwaukee. Why Z-Bart? Because you don't want rust holes in your expensive vehicle. Let Z-Bart keep the rust away with professional rust protection. Only at Z-Bart.
As the Packers get ready for their Week 4 Sunday Night Football matchup in Dallas against the Cowboys, head coach Matt LaFleur still reflecting on what went wrong Week 3 in Cleveland. LaFleur on what the team can take away after the loss to the Browns.
I just think this league is such a week-to-week league, and you can never lose sight of that. And you can't take any moment, any game for granted. The goal is to go 1-0 every week.
Well, the 2-1 Packers will look to get back on that 1-0 plan as they prepare for Sunday Night Football against the 1-2 Cowboys in Week 4 prior to the Week 5 bye. I'm Alex Stroh.
This has been your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Z-Bart of Greater Milwaukee.
Why Z-Bart? Because cars, trucks, and SUVs still rust. They do. Just look around the parking lot. Well, it doesn't have to happen, people. Google Z-Bart rust protection, call Z-Bart, and keep your car rust-free.
Awarded Best of Weddings 2023 by The Knot, The Bog is much more than world-class golf. Our clubhouse ballroom offers floor-to-ceiling windows and a breathtaking full-wall fireplace. Our barn venue was inspired by the on-site barn at Hole 6, built in the 1800s. 2 outdoor ceremony sites and a variety of personalized options. Our venues are perfect for family get-togethers, weddings, showers, graduation parties, or any event you are hosting. Call The Bog at 262-292-0740 or visit thebarnofthebog.com.
Mark Tauscher here, and these days I am sleeping better than ever. I am so thankful I met with the great team at Advent to help solve my sleeping problems. The Advent team is so great to work with, and their consultations are very informative. The Advent team listened to my struggles, and rather than forcing a surgery, they helped me find the best solution for a better night's sleep. My family and I are so thankful the solutions from Advent worked. To see how they can help you with snoring, sleep apnea, and nasal breathing problems, go to adventknows.com, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better.
Whoa! What are these? Screamin' Sicilian loaded breadsticks. Available in 2 great flavors, cheesy garlic or pepperoni. Both delicious. Screamin' Sicilian doesn't play around. They're fully loaded breadsticks that come in their own bakeable tray.
Dang!
Woo!
These are next level. Are they the main course?
Nah, just the appetizer. Find Screamin' Sicilian loaded breadsticks in your local grocer's freezer section. Screamin' Sicilian loaded breadsticks. Bring the party, bring the flavor.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 5 and 20%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. Visit amfam.com to learn more. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Station updates, show clips, and your place to interact with us every single day just by scrolling through your feed. Follow along on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at ESPN Milwaukee. This is Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Couple of things from the world of sports, which we're not always part of on this program. One, Oklahoma State has fired Mike Gundy. I'm a man, I'm 40. That guy, in case you don't follow college football as closely.
A bar.
There were probably a lot of people booing at Oklahoma State, but he is out. And then And I thought this was interesting. Zach Gelb tweeted this. Russell Wilson forcing himself out of Seattle was the worst thing he ever did. His career has been shot ever since, completely washed at this point. Was a slam dunk Hall of Famer in Seattle, but the last 4 years have been ugly. Will he still get the call one day? Interesting conversation. It's a really interesting conversation for the last minute or so of our show, because I wouldn't want to spend much more time on him. But Denver, Pittsburgh, and now the Giants, after 3 games, have replaced him.
Yeah, he ended up probably putting 140 or 150 million bucks in his pocket for those 4 or 5 years, and he thought he wanted to get a new deal. Seattle didn't want to do it. Seattle made a great trade, got a bunch of picks.
It's like John Schneider was right.
And Russell Wilson, I think, will be a borderline Hall of Famer. I think eventually he'll get in, but yeah, the last 4 or 5 years have not been good for Russ, and that's ball. That happens. You know, it's you getting old stinks in the NFL. And I think he got old, and it hasn't clicked for him since he left Seattle.
Well, we will see what Jackson Dart does for the Giants, but we don't really care about the Giants. We do care about the Packers. Tomorrow, we will talk to Matt LaFleur. I won't, because he'll be talking during the show, but we'll talk to Jordan Love.
Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, I don't know what that happened. I saw something about him on my timeline, too, while I was reading through.
What did you see?
During the break. He's playing really well.
Is he?
I don't know. They threw a big touchdown pass to win their second game,
5
right?
turnovers and something else, and they barely beat who'd they beat? The Patriots?
Same record as the Packers.
I'll take Green Bay. That'll be a fun. It's going to be a fun game.
You know who we get to talk to tomorrow?
Brian Balaga.
Brian Balaga is correct. Mike Greenberg.
What? Is that right? Greenie in the house.
Greenie's going to be stopping by. 10:30 tomorrow, yeah.
Wait a minute. What happened to Homer?
He got bumped.
Homer got bumped, and we were unable to reschedule this week, so Homer has a bye.
Okay, sorry, Steve.
I tried.
Life comes at you fast.
Tried to flex the schedule a little bit. Nope. It was very narrow window.
I never did get that audio. Hopefully we get that audio tomorrow, because it covers
McCourty.
We will have
Devin
it tomorrow.
McCourty. Was it Devin or Jason?
Doesn't matter.
McCourty.
It was so good.
Whoever it was, we didn't get him. We didn't get either one. We'll try tomorrow. Have a great day. Take care. Be good.
Miss any of today's episode of Wilde Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin? Commercial-free full show podcasts are available free on the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Hey, it's your friend John McGivern. In a world full of chaos, I'm grateful for a health plan that has my back. Network Health is so reliable and trustworthy, they always put me and over 126,000 members first. It's just what they do and what they've always done for over 41 years. Call 833-7-NETWORK today. HMO and POS plans underwritten by Network Health Plan. Compensation has been provided for using this endorsement of Network Health.
Milwaukee College Prep, redefining what's educationally possible so more children can pursue their dream. Join me, Craig Karmazin, and Milwaukee College Prep Thursday, October 23rd at Venue 3 at the 3rd Street Market Hall, and take a stand in closing the opportunity gap for Milwaukee scholars. Your support means quality education is accessible to over 2,000 scholars in Milwaukee. Enjoy food, drinks, and a chance to learn more. Purchase tickets at 2025 takeastand.givesmart.com. That's 2025 takeastand.givesmart.com.
From the biggest stars to the greatest moments. Behind the Bucks is Bucks history like you've never heard it before. It's all on Behind the Bucks on the Bucks Plus audio network. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the new ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
Looking for a new car, truck, or SUV? Take the nearest exit to Ewald Automotive for 2025 model year clearance pricing. Save over $14,000 or get 0% financing. All makes, all models. Over 700 2025s in stock with model year clearance pricing. And with the Ewald low price guarantee, we'll beat your best price on a new vehicle by $500 or we'll give you $500 cash. Only at the Ewald model year clearance sales event. When they're gone, they're gone. select models with approved credit. See dealer for details. Expires month end.
Tune in to KBN every day at 2 o'clock. 94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station. So you can listen anytime. But here's the best part. Our YouTube channel. Subscribe at youtube.com/Rich Eisen Show and you'll never miss a moment. Now, on with the show. Hi, my name is
Dan Campbell, not surprised. He's got big onions.
This is the Rich Eisen Show.
Touchdown Detroit Lions! Demo to the house!
Live from the Rich Eisen Show studio in Los Angeles.
This is the type of game that was needed.
Earlier on the show, Bills running back James Cook. Coming up, actor and host Rob Lowe. 3-time Super Bowl champion Mark Schlereth. And now, it's Rich Eisen.
Hour number 2 of the Rich Eisen Show is on the air here on Disney Plus, the ESPN app everywhere, ESPN Radio, presented by Progressive Insurance. Just had a nice chat in our green room with a frequent guest back here on the program, one of the best storytellers we've had on this program. Rob Lowe, everybody, is going to be here in support of another season of LaFleur on Fox. He's up for talking baseball.
Oh.
Because in that respect, playoffs are around the corner.
Yes, sir.
And I do believe he'd like to talk about the Los Angeles Dodgers, just like Mike Del Tufo.
Oh, yes, another Dodger fan.
I think Rob is a bit more steeped in the history.
I mean,
of being a Dodger fan.
Diehards.
Although, if I'm not mistaken, Rob is from the state of Ohio.
Right.
And might have some red leg history. And maybe we'll talk about that with my Met friend over there, who's feeling the heat. That object is as close in the rearview mirror. It's not even in the rearview mirror anymore. Standing right there.
Isn't Rob a Colts fan from Peyton Manning back in the day?
Rob's an NFL fan. You saw that.
He loved Peyton Manning.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but he's an NFL fan. Good one.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll talk about baseball with him.
Love it.
And it was funny. The other day we were talking in our family, believe it or not, the whole family talking about this. And Zan checked out because, Terry Francona was never in a Taylor Swift video like Ethan Hawke was yesterday. But Francona's a Hall of Famer right now, correct?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
correct?
yeah.
Correct?
For sure.
If he takes the Reds even that just cements it. Correct?
Right? I believe so, but of course I'm biased.
I mean, broke the Red Sox curse.
Yeah.
Damn near won it with Cleveland. And now he's just amazing. He comes back and the Reds might make the playoffs. He is awesome. He was one of our favorite summer interviews as well.
Yes, sir.
With Terry Francona. At any rate, we'll talk baseball with Rob Lowe shortly. The Baltimore Ravens. Chris, I'll give you the option here. Because I'm always a glass half full guy. But there are some negatives to discuss.
I would say there's several.
Do you want the reasons for concern or the reasons to not be concerned?
Oh, come on. Bad news first, obviously.
Bad news first. They got dominated on the line of scrimmage. That just doesn't happen. They gave up 224 rushing yards. That doesn't happen. They gave up multiple touchdown drives of over 95 yards. That's never happened in the Ravens' history. Never. First time since at least 2001 they allowed even a single touchdown drive of that length at home. They just don't do it. The last running back to run for over 70 yards on one single carry was Miles Sanders of the Eagles.
Whoa.
Wow. Okay, so we're not even the Carolina Miles Sanders. They just don't do. They don't do what we just saw. They have given up 96 points through the first 3 games this season. That is the most in the history of the franchise. And the 2021's team gave up 85 points. That's the record that this team just broke for its franchise. They went 8-9, missed the playoffs. In 2015, they gave up 84 points in the first 3 games of the season. And they went 5-11 and missed the playoffs. On the other side, they normally, remember they ran it for a gajillion games in a row for 100 yards rushing. They just had back-to-back games where they didn't run it for 100 yards. And it's the first time since doing it in 3 consecutive games in 2018. Only 2 games with fewer than 100 rush yards in the previous 3 seasons combined, and they just did it in the first 3 games this year, and the same thing goes with Derrick Henry in terms of fumbling the football. These things don't happen for them. You just don't. 3 fumbles for Derrick Henry in 3 games? So, yeah, they can't stop it and they can't run it through the first 3 games of this season. But there's one particular, aspect of it that, as you're watching Lamar sacked 7 times, John Harbaugh brought up at the in the post-game podium.
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to give you the biggest problem. The biggest problem is we didn't play good run defense. I mean, we didn't, as a defense complete, we didn't do it. And that's not going to be good enough. There's nobody in that locker room that thinks that's good enough. That's disappointing. That's bad.